with my other co-host,
the original mobile gamer.
and today is episode 76 of the OG podcast. That reminds me, I need to change your name on the picture, because you're no longer OG Crunks anymore.
Nope. You just put like OMG or something. You can do that
Yeah,
later.
yeah, I'm gonna do it later. I'll make it all awesome too, awesome looking.
Yeah.
Make it all OMG like. Speaking of which, how's the graphic coming along? I know you and your girlfriend were working on it.
Honestly, we kind of took a break from it because I mean we had hit a few bumps because the program that she's using is one of those free programs, so she's very limited in what she can do. But she actually has experience in coding and programming. It's just that we don't have the money to spend on the technology yet. Otherwise, she could do some big things. Um,
I can
so.
recommend. I can recommend a good like. I have a free program right now that's like really
Mm,
really good. It's practically like Photoshop, but it's just
mm,
different.
okay.
It's called GIMP. I have it. I don't have the desire to use it or know how to use it. But I know it's
Can
like
you put can it be done on a laptop or is it like a mobile only thing?
no, 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 no. It could be done on a laptop. I have it on my laptop.
Okay.
I have it on
It's
my lap.
called GIMP.
Yeah, GIMP. Yeah,
Okay.
and you
I'll
could
look it up.
download it for free and there's no catch. Oh well, it's for free, but for $4.95 to use this brush, you have to you have to pay a subscription. Like it's completely free, because now what Photoshop is doing. Now you can't just buy Photoshop and use it. Like you can buy Photoshop, but you gotta pay a subscription every month to use it.
Lovely.
That's to save people from cracking their software. And my allergies are really bad right now, so I apologize. Ah,
No, you're good, bro.
but yeah, man, we got some big things to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
Some E3, and how our week was. How was your week?
Actually, I had a really good week. I'm not gonna lie. For starters, finally got to go get down some Brawlhalla, and that was a lot of fun. We really kicked butt. I'm gonna, just let the world know that apparently we're actually decent at this game, including myself. I didn't realize it. I guess my history with Smash Brothers has proven useful in that game, which is a very big, big hint to some discussion later. But anyway, we did a little bit of that, and then of course these past couple of days have been just fantastic. I've been literally just watching nothing but E3 for the past 2 days because again I work over the weekend, so oh bless you, but I've been working a lot. So on Monday and Tuesday, on my days off, I caught up on all the E3. So we're going to be going over that a lot. And then I also got an adjustment on my cable, and it was kind of funny because I was first, ooh, bless you, but very welcome. But what happened was I was going to get rid of cable altogether, and then the guy that I talked to over the phone convinced me to do like this other plan.
Uh huh.
It was a plan that was going to basically save me $50, which is a huge deal.
Right.
So I get $50 off. I get less channels. I get rid of the DVRs. I don't need it anyway. And then near the end of the conversation, it's like, oh, by the way, you're going to need a supervisor possibly, so I want to apologize right now. I'm like, okay, so what's going on?
Woo!
Bless you again.
Thank you.
And so I was like, so what's the problem? And he's like, well, we're going to have to double your internet speed. And I was just like, ah, darn. Well, yeah, I need to speak to your supervisor. I do not want you doubling my speed so I can have the greatest internet possible.
Woo! Dang. So you got cheaper service and doubled your internet speed. So you're at 200
Yes.
right now.
Yes, I'm at 200 right now. Absolutely.
Nice.
And it's fan freaking tastic.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm very, very excited and hyped. The guy came in on Monday, and the guy that I talked to on Monday, apparently he's been in the game for over 20 years. He's worked at both AT&T and Spectrum, Time Warner, all that stuff. And he was actually really educational, telling me a lot about, how even though you have a lot of speed, what you get really depends on the output of the actual gaming group that's doing the server, because
Right.
if they're only going to give you so much, you're still going to be able to get so much speed. But if you're with a group, whether it be a game or other institution you're using, and they have the ability to output that speed, you're going to be able to get it.
Right.
You know,
And then
so
and yeah, and it also depends on who's all on your network, like not network, but like your I don't know how to say it, but I'm gonna like simplify it. Like say like your pod, right?
Mm.
Like for instance, the reason why I was paying for fast speeds for Time Warner or Spectrum, but I wasn't getting all my speeds because everybody everybody in my apartment complex had Spectrum. So like we're feeding off like one thing. And so at certain times of the day, my internet would just be poopy. And
Yeah.
and that's what um like that's what I found out too, and I was like, well, dang, that's another reason why I switched because
Mm.
now I have my own personal line. Like nobody's on this line that I have with this company
Yeah.
that I have. So, but that's good though, man. You freaking like got your internet faster. Let me freaking
Oh yeah. And
maybe,
I got most of everything on the 5G. The only thing that's on the 2G, well, he actually explained it's actually 2.4, but they just call it 2G.
all right.
But the only thing that I have on 2G is the PS3. It's the only thing in my house or my apartment right now that cannot support the 5G, which I'm perfectly okay with. And another thing that he told me too, which was very educational, that guy taught me a lot. And the funny thing was, is the person that was supposed to come to my apartment actually couldn't make it, so they sent like the best they had, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, that's
But he
cool.
told me that because he said that our password and everything was going to change. And I was like, oh, no big deal, we can just change it. And he was like, you probably don't want to do that. And I was like, really? He's like, well, the way that it works now is that if you change your password from what the default is, the the security system is always going to think someone's trying to hack into your stuff because people do that anyway,
Uh
and it
huh.
could possibly lower your speeds. So
Huh.
anybody who's ever had Time Warner Spectrum and has changed their password, you're going to have times where your speed could possibly get lower because their system automatically is doing checks, and if it's not what the default is, it might run an extra check to see if anyone else is doing anything, thus slowing down your progress.
Well,
Whereas if you keep the default, then you're actually always getting the optimal speeds. Like he taught me a lot. I was
man. Well, you
really
know what?
impressed.
That probably lowered my speeds. Cause guess who changed my password when I had Time Warner? This
Uh
guy. Or Spectrum.
yeah.
Sorry. Cause now is it official? Speaking since I guess we're talking about cable. I guess we could talk about this. AT&T is on the process of buying Time Warner for $82 billion.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That I didn't know.
Yeah. So that way they will get the more process of. I mean, you're okay because Spectrum is no longer Time Warner anymore, but they're doing this to get more leverage on the network and channels and stuff like that. I guess from what I understood
Okay.
from what I understood of it, but yeah, um, that's crazy though. That's cool though that he taught you that. Now it makes me want to
Oh
change.
yeah.
Now it makes me want to
There's a
change
lot.
my password back to default now. Um,
No, well, if you have a different service, I don't know if it matters as far as other companies are concerned. Because he did used to work for AT&T, but so I don't know if it works on their end as well. But I know for Spectrum, that's how it is.
right.
He also told me that apparently San Antonio was the very first city in the country to have 100 meg possible speeds, even
Yeah.
50 meg.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were always the first one to have it, which I'm really proud to say. Like that's awesome. Like represent for SAT, you know.
Right, for real. What's up, Servio? What's up, Crew Dog? What's up, Magista? I'm sorry. What up, Crew Dog? Thank you for that host. I'm sorry. I've just been kind of sneezing all over the place and stuff like that. So I do apologize for people that I didn't say hello to. And don't worry, Bezoid. I see you in there too. What's up, man? I know when Bezoid's in the chat because my voice, I can hear myself coming back to myself for some reason. I don't know why. It just always happens. But man, that's freaking cool though. So you got $50 less and doubled your internet speed.
Yeah, $50 less, double the speed. That's what life is all about.
That's kind of like why I switched, cause now I saved $100 and I quadrupled my speed. So I was like, why not? Not
Hmm.
really worried about the channels, cause I stream most of my stuff anyways, as far as like the things that I really want to watch. So I watch HBO and all that stuff through other ways that we won't discuss on Twitch. But yeah, so
Cool.
Definitely. My week was freaking awesome. I definitely enjoyed playing Brawlhalla with you. Um,
Hmm.
it was definitely amazing. Um, I was trying to tell people how good you are at this game, but they just don't know because they haven't seen it yet. But man, it was amazing. The fact like we were just like it was like I don't know, man. It was like we were doing like choreography or something, like just the way that we were moving. Like we weren't playing sloppy. Well, we were towards the end because we were kind of tired, but
Yeah.
in the beginning, like we was doing work. Yes, Ivy.
Oh yeah, it was pretty legit. And we got the silver in one night. It was pretty
Yeah,
good.
and we got the silver in the one night. I'm looking forward to do it once a week with you. For sure, playing more.
Oh yeah.
We're definitely gonna have to grind again because they are officially. I think they're resetting the ranks today. For the new season, so
Hmm.
we're gonna have season 4 soon. And crossplay coming soon, so we're gonna be able to play against PC players, which means uh,
Nice. More competition.
more competition, and that also means PS4 is going to be more into the tournament scene with Brawlhalla. So I'm definitely going to be knees deep in that, for sure.
Hmm.
But other than that, I really haven't been able to. Ever since that happened, my wife was like not been feeling the greatest with her sciatic. So, like really after the streams, like I'm all about taking care of the wife and stuff. Like I haven't even had the chance to put up the other podcast episode. I've just been busy taking care of the wife and the kid. Yo, Cloudy, thank you for that host, man. So other than that, I mean that's um been pretty much my week, except for I did get over 300 wins for the season for Brawlhalla. I am officially at 347 wins for season 3.
Nice.
Yes, and in silver. So definitely excited, hyped about that. I think for
Yeah,
next season I'm gonna go for 400. So
that
definitely,
works.
yep, definitely. And Bezoid, how was your week, my friend?
My week was alright. Started off um, a little messed up, as everybody know about the accident, but
Right.
it's kicked up since then. Um, Pretty good. Had an amazing E3 experience, even though some of the stuff that I wanted to happen didn't get a chance to come out. Final Fantasy 7, but
It ain't happening.
we did get a great thing, which is a release date for Kingdom Hearts 3,
Which looks amazing, by the way.
which looks amazing. We did get a great thing in Resident Evil 2, which is what really caught my eye. Um,
Mm.
and just games coming out soon. So I'm just ready to get into them.
And shout outs to Xbox for finally trying to do exclusives. Um, I don't know if they're the best exclusives, but they're trying.
They're in the right direction. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
yeah. This E3 was way better for them this time than it was last year. I mean,
They really put in work this time. You can
yeah,
tell.
yeah. They definitely are definitely trying. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I am excited about the streaming service just because and let me explain why. If it works, then it could be revolutionary, for like PC games and stuff like that. Because you got to remember, Microsoft is PC, so like, I would love to be able to play PC games from a streaming service. That way I don't have to have like amazing hardware. You know what I mean? Like I would pay $10 a month to be able to play PC games on the PC that I have now.
Hmm.
Like in the cloud. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if if Xbox can be the pioneer for that, to make it more mainstream, let's do it. You know what I mean? Because like that's the one thing that caught my eye about the Xbox E3 was the streaming service that they're building to where you're going to be able to play, Xbox games mobile, which is by cell phone, by your console, and by through anything else. So it'll be interesting to see how they do it. Now, can Xbox pull it off? I don't know. They always have poor execution when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, look at the Kinect. I'll give them credit on the execution of the Xbox One X. It didn't backfire as bad as it did. Although the one thing that did backfire on is they thought everybody was gonna buy one, and not necessarily everybody bought one because it's not necessarily needed. And it might be the same way when the streaming service comes out, because they're like, well, why necessarily do I have to buy a new Xbox when I could just use the streaming service? So it'll be interesting to see, but for gaming purposes, I'm excited for the whole streaming service coming to Xbox. I don't know. Thoughts?
When they come out with things like this, my first thing is, are they going to even pull it off? Because it's different to say we're going to try to do this. Let's, like you said, with the horrible Kinect, that was just not.
Yeah.
People didn't ask for it the way they was bringing it. They wanted you to make sure you buy it. And it was so many things that just was wrong totally with that whole situation. So my thing is, when Microsoft starts to fill themselves on the extra, I'm like, okay, we'll see where this goes.
Yes.
If it works, cool. But I'm not holding my breath for it, because it's about 9 times out of 10, most things don't work.
Yeah.
They have one good thing. You're like, yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
So we'll see what it goes. I'm gonna wait to see where it goes with it.
Definitely. The one thing that was disappointing to me with Microsoft was the Game Pass presentation. Oh my Jesus! The one thing we're doing to our Game Pass is we're going to make game loading faster. Faster game loads. Okay. Just so you can play our games faster. Okay, I don't care. It doesn't matter, because guess what? At the end of the day, it all varies on your internet. So, I mean, if you're only pulling 10 meg internet, it's not going to be that fast. I'm just saying.
Right. But at the same time, for those of us who do have the faster ones, we will be able to finally experience it the way that it should be. So it is good depending on what speed you have. So if you don't have a lot of speed, you don't care. But if you have a lot of speed, that's a big deal, because even though it does depend on what you have maximum for your internet, but also remember, like I said earlier, your speed is also maxed out by what they can produce. So the fact that they're able to produce more means that those of us who do have more can get, their stuff faster. Right. So, I mean, honestly, it's a good thing. I mean, I'm not going to say that it was definitely their highlight, but, I think that it's definitely a decent improvement. Now, I'm going to be kind of the, instead of saying devil's advocate, I guess I'll be the angel's advocate, because honestly, I was impressed with Microsoft overall. As a matter of fact, when it comes to the companies that really brought it this year, I personally feel that Microsoft and Bethesda were the 2 best shows. Straight up.
I agree on that. I don't know about Bethesda, though. But I didn't watch Bethesda.
I believe that people have they're giving them too much credit on that. Now, I do think this is a step in the right direction, but people are overhyping what Microsoft's done. Most of the stuff that they showed was multi-platform. They had, besides Crackdown 3, Halo, Gears of War, and it was one more.
Forza Horizon.
Mostly everything else was multi-platform. But I'm agreeing that it was a good presentation. Better than the presentation itself was totally better than PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they blew everybody out of the water, with the exception of possibly Bethesda. You could argue that one, I'd say, if you wanted to, but they
Yeah.
blew everybody else out. As far as like the main console providers, Microsoft blew everybody out of the water. Nintendo and Sony, well, let me rephrase it. Sony didn't even try, in my opinion. I honestly thought Sony had a terrible presentation. I'll be honest, but we'll get into that later.
Look,
Nintendo, at the very least,
that's
was kind of like mid par, but we'll get into that later too.
that's the thing that I've rated it. I've rated it in two different ways: presentation and what they actually brought out. Presentation wise, Xbox One, but the actual message that they brought, PlayStation One. Nintendo, if they would have brought more, then the big thing, which was Smash, of course, if they would have brought like 2-3 more things, they would have won. But the fact is, how they presented it, Microsoft did best. What they brought out in the announcements, Sony actually got it.
Yeah.
But they just did it. They presented it horribly. They presented it so bad. But you want to know who won the biggest? Capcom. Capcom won the biggest. Devil May Cry 5. RE2?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But my question is, with RE2, is that exclusive to PlayStation 4 only?
No,
Microsoft has it too.
No, everybody getting that. Everybody
getting that. Okay.
Yeah, Microsoft also put Devil May Cry 5 and I'm not sure they did Resident Evil, but I do remember Devil May Cry 5 for sure. They did show that off. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking right now, and Resident Evil 2 is both.
It's both? Okay.
Yeah. Both.
Yeah, I knew it was Microsoft too.
They are hitting a stride right now.
They got
Plus Monster Hunter got Final Fantasy in it.
Yeah, they're doing a crossover with the Aron console, which honestly, being that I'm a huge Final Fantasy X fan, the fact that you can get like an Aron skin was freaking ridiculous. I love that.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
That was dope.
Capcom is like Hot Wheels right now. Bethesda did amazing, but for how big of an impact that Devil May Cry 5, which everybody been screaming about, and then that Resident Evil 2, that just took the cake. That took the cake.
Excuse me. I gotta say something because so Bezoid was not here for last year's E3 discussion, but OMG, remember?
OMG.
I called it about Starlink. I said the best thing they need to do is put Star Fox in the game, and they did it.
And they sure did.
They
absolutely did. When I saw that, I was hyped because I'm one of the biggest Star Fox fans in general. Like I've always liked that series. Although it kind of went downwards after the 64 version. The 64 was the best, and then the rest of them were not as good. But yeah, like the fact that they included Star Fox, I like how they did the presentation there. How like the woman was all asking, can I get some assistance? And then when she asked for like help, they did the old school Super Nintendo Star Fox like sounds like that Flippy Toad and Peppy Hare would do. And then all of a sudden you saw like the uniform of Fox McCloud, and then you actually saw him legit. Like, let's go get him. You know what I mean? Like, that was hype. Like, I got hype on that one. I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was like, I was so hyped. And the fact that I called it, I was like, yes! They're listening to me even though they're not. And what's up, Odie? Odie says, Handy Kill Can, guess who's playing Brawlhalla on PC? Oh, my Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Let's go. Let's go. Make it happen. And Magic says, and it was confusing as heck to figure out. Starlink was for me who hasn't followed it. Yeah, I mean,
the thing is, Starlink is if you ain't had any information, you're gonna look at it like, what the heck is going on?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What is this?
Definitely.
Like that's how Miss Beezy was. She was like, wait, what is going on? And then she saw Star Fox and she was like, I don't care, I want it.
Right.
It's Star Fox.
But the catch is, You only get Star Fox, I believe, on the Nintendo Switch.
On the Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah, you have to play the
Woo!
Switch
Look
version.
how smart they are. They are so smart. Nintendo is
I've been
smart.
preaching about Nintendo forever. Like,
Look.
all I have to do is drop the mic and I'm done. Like, I've
Look.
already said it
Look.
years ago.
Look, I'm gonna tell you
They're
this.
so smart.
I'm gonna tell you this. Nintendo might lost the presentation, and you know, and probably not the best, you know, easy. But they're all they're gonna win it in sales. I was
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I was looking at the games and I was like, oh my god, I want a Nintendo Switch so bad. Like I was.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you
I
gotta think of
don't
it this
know.
way. I mean, first and foremost, Smash Brothers. And we might as well
Right.
just start talking about it now. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna get every single character, period, plus
Period.
some.
That was the biggest thing. But
And then, on top of Smash Brothers in general, you also got Pokemon, which also is a huge
Huge.
franchise.
Right.
But see, that
If
Pokemon
it was
ain't
just Smash Brothers alone, then yeah, it's kind of iffy. But the fact that you got Pokemon also on top of that, you're getting like lots of groups of people that are just to be throwing money at the screen. You really are. That's a
I
lot
don't
of
think
fun.
Pokemon gonna be as big a hit as the Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon people and all the old school Pokemon. I don't think this Eevee and Pikachu is gonna be that big a hit.
I don't know.
Oh, I got my ear to the Pokemon community, and they not happy right now. They
Really?
not happy, yeah. But the thing is, you putting up Smash versus RE2, which is not going to be on the Switch. It's going to be on Xbox One and PlayStation.
Right.
And then they don't get Devil May Cry 5 as well. So I don't know. They don't get neither one of those. They do get Dragon Ball Z Fighters, which I was glad they did get because they should get it. But they don't get the two big heavy hitters that was named. That's why I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna win in sales.
But I don't know though. But see, the thing is though, I think you gotta remember though, Resident Evil is like not for like Resident Evil 2 is may not be for a lot of people.
Do you know how many people have been screaming for that?
I know.
And plus, also they don't get Kingdom Hearts 3.
They don't.
Switch don't get Kingdom Hearts
Are
3.
you sure?
I'm positive.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They don't get Kingdom Hearts 3. So,
yeah,
I'm sorry, they are not gonna win the sales.
That's gonna hurt.
They're gonna win my sale when I get a Switch though, because I'm getting smashed.
Yo, I'm getting smashed too.
I'm getting smashed.
Yeah, I'm getting smashed. Another thing too to mention too, which I'm surprised OMG didn't mention, Fire Emblem, the new Fire Emblem.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No, it's coming out. Yeah, I just hadn't decided to bring it up yet. But yes, I did see that they were doing Fire Emblem as well, and I'm really super hype about that. As a matter of fact, this E3 has convinced me to buy a Switch eventually. So,
Yeah, I've
that's how much I was. Like I said, between Smash and Fire Emblem, because I'm not really big into Pokemon myself.
Yeah,
between Smash and Fire Emblem, I'm already convinced. Because usually I buy a console when the right games come out. I don't buy a console because of what the console can do. I buy a console for the games. And yeah, when they announced Smash and Fire Emblem, I was done. Like, yeah, totally getting it. So, you know, and they have a lot of other cool little games too here and there, but like nothing that I would brag about. But they're little games that I probably play with my girlfriend or something.
Right. The indie games,
Yeah,
and then
games.
Mortal Kombat's coming too, I believe too. Right?
I don't know. They didn't
announce it.
They didn't announce it.
But
nothing about that. No.
I was surprised by that. I thought they was gonna announce Mortal Kombat 11. We heard nothing.
Nothing.
We heard nothing, and I was looking for it.
I'm glad. I'm so glad because I would have been so mad if they would have put Sub-Zero in Smash.
Yeah, because it was a rumor going around OG that they could be getting Sub-Zero on Smash, and me and Handy was totally like, no,
because it'll break Smash.
No, God.
It'll break it. It would break Smash. Think about it. To be able to freeze your enemies, come on.
Well, technically, Ice Climbers have been able to do that too.
I guess.
I mean, that's already in the game.
Touche.
It's just not as broken because they balanced it. So, you know, that's not that big a deal, really.
Touche. Touche.
You can tell.
But what
that
about
Smash is
fatalities though? That's the thing. I'm like,
Uh,
they
you
don't
can't-
do
Oh, they wouldn't have brought
fatalities.
fatalities.
They wouldn't have brought fatality. And how you gonna have him without a fatality?
Or yeah, it's Super
Well, he
Smash.
would be part of his Smash moves. That's
What
all.
what would it
He's gonna be part of his Smash moves.
what would it be? What would a Super Smash been?
Oh, I'm not really sure. I mean, it probably would have something to do with like freezing the entire arena, or something of that nature. But I mean, or maybe making the whole arena slick on top of freezing whichever like a ball hits. You know what I mean? I mean, there are definitely ways that they could have made that work. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm glad they didn't.
I'm glad.
I mean, I'm okay with them not doing it, but they could have not easily. Sorry, you're talking to someone that has a lot of experience about this. That's why I can debunk all that.
He said that.
I'm so glad they didn't. I'm like, no, God, no, please don't.
So who's Ridley, by the way? Because I don't know who that is.
Oh, that's an enemy of Samus. That's
Yeah.
a Samus. Enemy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not Ridley. Okay, because I knew it was Ridley from a different game, and I was like, that's not the Ridley, but I forgot. Yeah, that's Samus and Ridley. Okay. I
Yeah.
was like, who the freak is Ridley? Okay.
And then the new character is from Splatoon, which is
Splatoon, yeah. Inkling,
Yeah.
or something like
yes,
that. Yeah.
yes, which my daughter wants Splatoon so bad.
I'm sure she does.
I watched the Splatoon tournament, and she's like, "Daddy, I want to switch so I can play Splatoon."
Nice.
Which is really cool. I'm not a Splatoon fan, but I think it's inventive on how they made the game and how they actually made it into a competitive game.
Yeah, it's actually kind of like a big deal as far as competitive play is concerned. Yeah, I'm actually happy to see that they're doing big things.
Yeah, like I think US is like won 4 years in a row, 3 years in a row. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we kicking butt in the Splatoon area. Another thing to talk about: Fortnite got released on the Switch yesterday.
It sure did.
Yeah. No, they hit big time with that one. I'm glad they got that.
Yeah.
But here's the problem, because a lot of people don't know, and you know, everybody's like, "Oh, this is brand new news. Why is PlayStation blocking us from playing on the Switch?" It's not. It's the same thing that happens with Xbox and PlayStation. You cannot use the same account. You must use a different account. It's been that way since day one. Everybody's freaking out. Oh my God, PlayStation. It's not PlayStation's fault. It's not Epic's fault. You just got to create a new account. Sorry.
Andy,
What?
what you gotta understand is everybody want to blame Sony for everything.
I know, but I'm like looking at all the articles. People are mad at Sony. I was like, this has been a problem since day one, because me and Crew Dog had that problem when I had the Xbox, and well, I still do. When I was playing on the Xbox and the PlayStation, you can't put your PlayStation account on your Xbox. You can't put, but here's the other vice versa. You can't put your Xbox account on your PlayStation. So you just gotta create a new account. It's not hard. Yeah, your skins won't carry over. I'm sorry. You just gotta throw money at the screen. But if
Or
you
just keep playing to get it again. You don't have to throw your money at the screen, really. Right?
Well, no, you to get the new skins, to get
You have to pay for it.
yeah, you
Oh,
have
okay.
Certain
Yeah.
skins you gotta pay for,
yeah.
No,
That's
okay.
that's where
Okay.
Fortnite
or
went.
build up the V-Bucks for it by playing
Right.
PVE. But
Right.
nobody plays PVE. because
Nobody plays PvE.
I don't know why, but
Uh,
Oh, that's kind of sad.
yeah, agreed.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I play it, but I get bored. It's too easy for me. It's too easy. There's no challenge. I need to stream to get me through my day. I need a stream to. Well, here's your stream, Servio. Here's your stream, man. But yeah, so I was like reading all articles, and people like, oh, why didn't PlayStation tell us? Hello, it tells you in Epic, you can't use the same account. I just thought that was pretty funny. So
I thought that was hilarious that people blame them for everything.
I know. I was like, it ain't Sony's fault. Yes, they might have a bad presentation, but it's not their fault about freaking Switch, man. It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
No, to give Sony a little credit, since we have been kind of talking bad about them and about how terrible their presentation was, because you shouldn't start it off with something and then spend 20 minutes moving an entire audience to another section. Anyway, that was so
that
freaking
was so
stupid. But
stupid.
anyway, and they kept stalling too, like trying to make a conversation. You could tell that they were just stalling for time.
Yes.
It was just so dumb. But anyway, I digress. Now for more positivity.
Wait! I got one thing to say though too. You got to that church line did not go well at all. He's like, yeah. Oh, thank you, congregation. This is our church. I'm like,
They're trying to steal our thunder.
I was like, dang, he listens to the podcast. I was like, don't you know you're supposed to say
No one
that?
knows about the OG podcast.
I was like, didn't you know you're supposed to say that towards the end? But I mean, I don't know. And then and then I got one more thing to say. The banjo thing threw me off. I had no idea where he was going with that.
The banjo was matching the song in the game.
Yeah, I know that, but I didn't know what the game was at first, and I was like, okay, is this random guy just sitting there playing a banjo? Is somebody gonna remove this guy, or what's happening?
Well, my thing was nobody cares.
Nobody.
Nobody cares.
They were
why?
Why
are you spending 10 minutes playing a banjo? Nobody cares.
Because
why are you spending 10 minutes with a guy with a flute? Nobody cares. I'm a gamer. Show me the game, man. I was so mad at that. I'm like, they're just showing the stuff we don't care. If we wanted to go to a opera or a play or something like that, we would go to that. We want games. We're at E3 for games.
Yeah.
Stop showing me crap I don't care for.
It was very. I can understand why they did it, but they did a very bad job of it. They were trying to immerse you into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
To make you.
If you give us a game that we won't care. We're gonna get immersed. Did I need anything from Resident Evil? No. I just needed you to show me on the screen Leon, and I was like, I'm immersed. Did we need anything for Did we need anything for Smash? No, we just needed to see Dr. Mario go that way and Yoshi go that way, and we're hyped. We're immersed. We don't need all that banjo extra crap. We don't need people singing musical dances. We don't need all that. Just show me games, man.
Show me the games. Yeah, definitely.
Show me the games, man. All that wasting time they was doing.
Yeah.
I was so angry at that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, which is why I was saying that Sony dropped the ball presentation-wise, but like I said, some of the games were good. Like the Spider-Man thing preview they did, I thought was pretty legit. They really, dove deep into the story where they had like 4 of the villains kind of like beating on him, and all of a sudden it looked like he may have had a potential ally at the end because his light's showing, and it almost seemed like, wait, it's you? Kind of a thing. So it kind of made me want to know who's that extra person.
Who y'all guessing? Who y'all guessing? Who is that?
I don't know.
I think I know. I think I know who it is.
Who is it?
I want to see if OG guess. Who's he guessing?
Oh man, I only followed the Spider-Man comic for so long because I eventually lost interest in Spider-Man in general as far as a comic book guy. So I'm trying to think who could it possibly be. It would be kind of cool if it was like Mary Jane somehow.
That'd be crazy.
Like coming to the rescue, all of a sudden she got powers somehow or something, but I don't really think that's the case because I think she actually.
I think it was his best friend, because doesn't his best friend turn into a villain at one point? Which is him?
I think the best friend, as far as story-wise in the game, is actually the way they set him up is that he's actually not in the town. Like they haven't set up to where he actually left somewhere on purpose. Now it's possible and it could be pretty cool, but the way they started off at the beginning of the game story-wise, he had actually left for whatever reason. I can't remember what the details were.
Definitely. The game that I was actually, and I was not even looking for, this game was not even on my radar until I saw the gameplay of it, was Last of Us 2. I thought the gameplay of that was pretty amazing. Just the way the fluency of the gameplay was. I was like, man, I want to play. I ain't talking about the kiss. I could care less about the kiss. I saw I saw the kiss come.
That was kind of cringeworthy. I'm like,
yeah, I saw the kiss coming from a mile away.
It's kind of cringeworthy. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't know.
Yeah.
animated women kissing.
it just
If
is
it was
weird.
real, then that's different. But
Right.
animated, I'm like, I don't
So we're
know.
not trying to watch hentai. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not trying to watch it. Yeah, you know.
But yeah,
Well, before we continue on that one, Beasley, I want to kind of ask you, who do you think it was
It's
on the Spider-Man thing?
people thought it was Iron Man, but then
Iron
again,
Man. Wow.
yeah, because Iron Man is known to be in Spider-Man's world a lot.
right.
But
Okay.
I honestly think it is Green Goblin, who is Osborn.
Yeah, who's best friend, right?
His
Yeah.
best friend. Even though
Yeah.
they said he'll be out of town, I think they
Mhm.
said that so people won't think it was him.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's possible that it was that. That's probably my guess. It is him, because
Okay.
who else could come up the way he did? Because they had to be flying. Whoever that was
Right.
had
That
to
would
be
make
flying.
sense.
And
Yeah.
so I'm almost, I say about 75 to 80% sure that was Green Goblin.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
That would be cool.
I would agree with that. That's what I was thinking.
I was like, dude, they showing so many villains. Is like Venom gonna be in here?
Bro, that's what I was wondering. I was like, DLC Venom?
Yeah, that might be a DLC thing. I don't think they're gonna release Venom in the story
Because
like, in the beginning.
because isn't a Venom movie coming out?
I think so.
Because all the different villains that was in there, Venom could be in there.
Yeah.
Because there was some villains that he don't even fight until later on, like Electro. He don't fight Electro till later.
Yeah.
And well, Rhino is one of the earlier ones.
Scorpion.
Of course, Scorpion.
Right.
One. Vulture, I'm not sure.
What I want to know, where's the doctor that though? The one that he's a big lizard.
Doc Ock?
Yeah.
Or lizard.
Lizard when he turned into the lizard, remember?
Yeah, I don't know. They showed the list, but Reverse Man, nobody knew who that was.
Right.
Everybody like, who's that guy? That he took the Chameleon spot because I guess they didn't want to do the Chameleon.
Right.
But
I think he was one of those comic day villains or something like that. I believe is what he was originally. So if you bought the comic on that day, you got to see him in the actual Spider-Man comic. That's why nobody knows what he is, because you didn't buy a comic that day. The only reason I know is because I used to sell comics back then, so I already knew that.
See, I didn't know that.
Like, I know who that is.
I
did too. But everybody that I talked to had no idea, and I just laughed.
Yeah, nobody in the house knew. I'm like, I know who Reverse Man is.
Yep.
That's crazy. I didn't know they do that stuff with comics. I had no idea. No idea. But yeah. So I'm excited to play Spider-Man.
Yeah, it looks pretty awesome.
I'm totally excited to play that exclusive to PlayStation Spider-Man.
Right, definitely. I'm gonna be broke. That's all I know. I'm gonna be broke. So many games. I'm gonna be so broke.
Oh, it's heavy. And you want to know one that ain't been shown that's gonna be coming?
What's that?
Switch gonna be getting Bayonetta soon.
Yeah.
Well, the actual game itself, yeah.
Yeah. So, money
man.
just gone. Just gone. Money just bye.
Yeah, bye. Definitely bye. Definitely for sure. Oh my Jesus.
Now, I am going to do a little shout out to something that we don't typically do, only because I just kind of have to bring it up. I did watch the PC gaming show as well. And the one thing that stuck out to me the most, because a lot of it is just stuff I didn't understand, I'm not going to lie. But the thing that caught my attention the most was Realm Royale. It's a battle royale game, but it is a little bit different in the fact that basically you have classes. So you pick a class, and then you can, like, when you pick up items, like in Fortnite, you pick up items and you get weapons or whatever. Well, in Realm Royale, you pick up power-ups for your class, so you can do things better. So you're kind of leveling up, if you will, as you go, which I think is a pretty cool concept. It's almost like you're playing like an MMO, so to speak, but in battle royale form. So I think that this has potential. I'm not going to say that it's going to be like up there super, but it has potential, to be a big thing. I think it has a really good concept, and I actually applaud PC gaming for putting something out themselves to kind of compete in this battle royale world that we appear to be in. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Another thing you could do in that game is you can also fort your own armor. You can also create your own armor and stuff
Oh yeah,
too. And
yeah.
I thought that was really cool. And the thing that they did smart because they were already thinking ahead. When you kill somebody that is forting armor, you can't take it right away. You have to, if you really want it, you're gonna have to sit there and wait for a while because it actually sits there locked to the person for like I want to say like half a minute, like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. So if you
Mhm.
really want that armor, you got to sit there and wait, which I thought was really cool. Everybody's telling me that my PC should be able to run it. Um, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and give it a try though. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
look
seems legit.
it,
And the other thing that I like too is it almost kind of forces you to find each other because when you're building something, like when you're trying to forge something, there's like a little stream, I guess, that comes up on the building, so everybody knows you're doing something. So well, while you're getting something better, everyone knows where you are, so it might force a few people to come at you. So I think that's a pretty cool idea.
yeah,
Yeah, me
definitely.
too.
Definitely. Crew Dog said, let's be honest, the chickens give the game appeal.
The chickens is the chickens is hilarious.
It is hilarious. And the thing is, if you don't die, if you're playing teams and you don't die while you're chicken, you automatically revive. So, um, that's a little tip right there.
I
Which is,
love the little flag it's carrying.
it's the coolest. I don't know, man. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Definitely pretty cool. I'm gonna have to check it out. It's also said to come out to console too, but we'll see.
Oh, I
Um,
didn't hear that part.
Oh, they're not gonna miss out on free money.
yeah.
They're not gonna miss out on that money.
No. No.
Mm,
Yeah. They.
that's true.
Yeah. So people, I've actually been having people tweet at me to try this game out. And they're like, "You should try it. Your PC's gonna run it, and it's coming. It should be coming out to the PS4 soon." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll try it." You know what I'm saying? But don't. If I get you hooked on some more, battle royale crack, don't blame me. I'm just here to try. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's bad enough Ninja already likes the game, but I don't know if that's um I don't know if that's organic or what. But
Ninja just want to play something else, man.
yeah, yeah.
Ninja's so tired. He's
Yeah.
so tired.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Somebody please come up with something.
Speaking of which, does
Yeah.
anybody know who won the E3 tournament?
He did.
He did? Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. So he won $3 million for charity? Was it 3 million?
Uh,
Was it 3 million? I believe it was 3 million.
hold on, let me make sure. Could have sworn
Yeah,
he
that I
won.
don't know.
I believe it
Although
was.
while I was looking that up, speaking of charities, there were a couple of presentations that were actually hyping some of the stuff they were doing for charities. Specifically, I believe it was EA.
Oh.
They had did some stuff for charity with some of the games that were coming out, and then I'm not sure if it was Bethesda or Microsoft. It was one of those two who also did some charity-like stuff with some of the programs they were doing. It might have been Microsoft. So I'll kind of give him a clap for
Yep,
that.
yep. He did win.
He did win.
Yep.
He did win. How much was it?
It was a 1 million, 3 million prize pool. He got so he got 1 million, and then Courage got 500,000, because Courage
Oh,
got
that's
second
cool.
place, or third. Wait, yeah, Courage got second. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, that's crazy. The charity work. Also, the speaking of charity, the Able Gamers accessible controller was there at E3. A lot of people were taking pictures of the Microsoft controller and tweeting it out to people at Able Gamers, which is really
Nice.
cool. So
Mhm.
definitely.
I honestly thought Microsoft did a good job on in demoing their Forza Horizon 4
Yes.
game. And when I first saw it, I'll be honest with you, I was skeptical. I was like, "Oh, here they go again, trying to show off how much money they have in their car, like they did the previous year." I was really about to talk smack about Microsoft, but then they started doing the game and then actually talking about the game, and it actually seemed kind of cool. It was actually like a scenario where you have like multiple people playing together and doing scenarios and stuff, and I was like, "All right, this isn't bad." I'm not really big into racing games, but I actually thought that was kind of cool. I had to step back and be like, all right, this isn't horrible. I'm
The
sorry.
beautiful the beautiful thing about it is me, Bezoid, and Crew Dog will be able to play this game for free when it comes out, thanks to Able Gamers. So,
Hey yo.
heyo, because
That's cool.
it will be on Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yep, when it comes out, when
Mhm.
it's released. So, I will be playing that game.
Yeah. You don't know how many times I was like, I'll be able to play that for free.
Yeah.
I'm saying that the whole time Microsoft. I get to play that for free. Yay.
Yeah, I've already downloaded the Division and I'm playing the Division again just because. Why not? It's free.
Mhm.
Trying to get back into that game. The game of the year, the game of the year. The game that surprised me the most, and it's gonna throw people off, that I had no idea was coming. Battletoads. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
That was
pretty
a
cool.
surprise I didn't see coming. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody saw that coming. Nobody.
You know what? It was hinted, but I didn't know they were gonna do it because Rash was in Killer Instinct, which was a Microsoft thing. So I was like, okay, not surprised, but I am surprised.
Mhm.
You know, so because you did kind of foreshadow that when you put Rash in there. I
Yeah.
guess they was making a way. Guess they was figuring out a way to make it look more updated because he looks good on Killer Instinct. He really does.
Right.
Fight's a little weird, but he looks pretty good. And so I just want one thing: the difficulty to be through the roof.
Right.
That's what I want. I want
Right.
everybody to be salty playing this game.
Right.
The salt running because people can't beat this game.
Right.
So they can experience what me, OG, and Andy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
They don't know about Battletoads, man.
Oh,
You
man,
don't know what like a real challenge is until you play that game. It's so
Oh
stupid.
my goodness.
Yeah. Definitely.
Anyway.
I will be throwing money at the screen for Battletoads.
That's good.
Yes. I have to say the most disappointing presentation of the year was that's gonna be no surprise. EA.
Oh yeah. I was hoping you say that. I was about to say, don't you say PlayStation because EA was.
No, EA was horrible.
It was. Oh, I wanted to go to sleep. I wanted to just not be watching.
I was like, can somebody please just like fire that girl because she does not know what she's doing.
I have to say that because I actually took notes on every presentation that I watched, and EA, I took the least amount of notes. The least. The only reason I took notes, the only one reason is because they actually did talk about a mobile game. That was the only reason. And I'm contractually obligated to notate that because I'm a mobile gamer.
Guy.
So if it had been for that one game, yeah, I would have just erased it from my notes for the day. I'm not gonna lie.
I was looking at EA like, how the mighty have fallen.
And you know,
what are you doing?
And that was like the hypest part of their presentation was was Command and Conquer for me.
Command and Conquer.
Command and Conquer.
Like I was actually hyped for it. I was super hyped, and that's mainly because I'm just a Command and Conquer fan in general,
too.
And the fact that they actually putting it on mobile is freaking awesome. So yeah, I was super happy about that, and that only. That was only.
And you know me, I'm a Star Wars fan, but like, and they were talking about all that stuff. I'm like, okay, but. But I mean, no. And then, like, the majority of the presentation was Madden and FIFA. And I'm like, I just kept hearing OMG's voice in the background. That grass, bro. It's all about the grass. The grass, bro.
God, that ticked me off. And there we go. And, I got to bring something up because there is another reason I hated that presentation. I'm going to tell you right now. All right. So EA is promoting the worst type of habits for kids right now because of that show. Because they showed that guy who won like the 2018 challenge ever, right? And this is how they portrayed him. Look at this guy. He has no respect for his common like gaming player opponent. There's no like what's the term for it? Sportsmanship. because it was showing him like not shaking people's hand like he's supposed to be like this badass or whatever. This like oh you can't touch him kind of a thing. So that was a bad start, bad sportsmanship. And then it talks about I can either go to my graduation or I can play in this tournament.
Oh my
And
god. Yeah.
they should not have done that because that's going to make us as gamers look bad in front of
Real
like
bad.
the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
We haven't had enough time defending ourselves, and you just made it worse, EA.
Good
Stop
job.
it.
GG's.
Stop it.
GG's.
And did they talk about FIFA? Of course, that was their main course of the presentation was FIFA. They even talked about FIFA 18. And I think they slipped Need for Speed in there. I don't know. Need for Speed is.
I didn't see that.
No.
Unless it was
No.
maybe I stopped caring.
Let me
I-
make sure.
I thought there was a racing game somewhere. I swore it
I mean,
was.
there might have been, but
Well, no Need for Speed. No Need for Speed.
No Need for Speed?
okay.
Okay.
That might have made it better.
I will tell you one more game that really caught my eye,
What?
and it's for the Switch again. Who's really, like I said, they really hit the mark, even though they didn't outdo a couple of other people. Overcooked 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
If
that
you
was.
don't know about Overcooked 2, go play it because the game is addictive.
Yeah.
It is.
That game
That's
is
actually
really,
a game that I'm going to buy. Yeah.
that game is really good. It's really good. It was fun. I have it. And
Oh, that's cool.
I'm totally like, I just wish I had more people to play it because nobody know about it.
Yeah.
I was like,
My
this game is so fun.
My wife plays games like that. Like, I'm really considering like getting a Switch. Here's the thing.
I'm
really
not thinking about getting 2.
for you and Janet.
Yeah. So we can both play these games together
That's
in our own
cool.
little space.
That's cool.
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
that'd be dope.
hey,
That's $400 at the screen though. But hey, what?
Switches aren't that expensive.
Aren't they $200 a piece?
They're like $80.
but I
Where?
believe
Really?
I believe Overcooked will be coming to PlayStation and stuff. As well.
Hold on. I gotta do.
I'll have to double check because I know I went to Walmart recently and I saw a Switch for a pretty low price. Maybe it was like $199 or something. I don't know.
Hold
But
on.
I could have sworn I thought it was like $100.
Okay, Google.
Like-
Price check on Nintendo Switch. I'm gonna ask right now on stream.
Oh, it's not $90.
No, it's not $90.
Okay, I'm thinking SNES Classic. My bad.
$299, sir.
Now maybe
Oh,
a
okay.
controller is $99.
That's probably what it was. I probably saw the controller then. Yeah, that's
Woo!
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was okay. Let's just go buy it today. No.
hey.
Sit down.
Yeah, but Overcooked, I believe, will be coming to the Switch. I mean, it's coming to the Switch first, but I still believe it's coming to the other platforms as well later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Don't be surprised. So if you don't get it on Switch, you can probably get it on PlayStation.
Here's the thing that disappointed me about Command and Conquer. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't worried about all the backlash of people hating the game because they say it's whatever. It's not real Command and Conquer or whatever.
Sure,
Whatever. They said it's out now. I go download it and it's still on pre-order.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because I had the same problem at first. I was like, oh, okay, I can play it. So I went to do it and it said pre-order. And I was like, well, that kind of sucks. But way to false advertise or whatever. But this morning, right before the podcast, it actually let me download it.
Really?
I haven't played it, but the option, because I had like a notification on my Google Play, which I thought was weird because I never get notifications on Google Play. But I got a notification, so I clicked on it, and it was like, hey, Command & Conquer Rivals, ready for installation. And I was like, oh. So technically I can play it right now. It's just I have a podcast to do.
Okay, well, I say after the podcast, Handy versus OMG, and see what happens. Yeah, because I downloaded it too, just because, I mean, I love Command & Conquer.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna kind of talk about this a little bit because there are a lot of people hating on it. Now, Game Informer made a good point because most of the streams that I watched were actually via Game Informer and then one was via GameSpot.
Me too, because that was the only streams that were working for me. All
Exactly.
All the other ones were
Everybody
crashing.
kept crashing.
Yep.
Which, it was aggravating the crap out of me. But anyway,
Me
we'll
too.
talk about that. Yeah. So the reason the Game Informer brought up a good point about why they have bad thoughts about it. So apparently, Command & Conquer had a big thing a while back They flew there to play it. You know, they were demoing it. It's supposed to be a big deal, and then they canceled the project altogether. So
Wow.
because of that, they had a big letdown. So now that when they release this game, they're kind of feeling it might be the same situation. They're going to hype it up so much, and then you're not even going to be able to play it, which is kind of how I felt at first because I tried to download it, and of course, you know,
You
it said,
can't you can't download.
yeah. But another reason that a lot of people are hating on this Command and Conquer is because, yeah, it does look like it's a lot more small scale, but here's what you have to realize: it's a mobile game.
Right,
Mobile
exactly.
Right.
games, in general, shrink down everything to make it playable, and legitimately playable. You know, you don't need to have like this super huge map to tap on the smaller screen.
Right.
You know, you might as well have like a smaller map where you can build specific amounts of things to where it actually plays better. So I think it's actually smart the way they
Right.
did it. I don't think they did it bad at all. And it is still legit Command and Conquer. It's just what you would expect of a mobile version. It's not bad. It really isn't.
No, no, no. I totally agree. It all depends like what they do in the long run of the game.
Yeah,
You
once I
know.
play it, I'll be able to for sure say, you know, how good or bad it is. But a lot of people are just hating on it because it's not what they're used to seeing. And they're not realizing this is a certain version that's not your PC. You know, because a lot of us played it on PC. I did too.
Right, I
So,
did too. I played Red
you
Alert
know,
too.
Red Alert 2. Yeah, we all played that, you know, but this isn't Red Alert 2. This is like a mobile Command and Conquer. Like, chill, everybody. Freaking just chill.
It's a lot of people that was hating on stuff because just simply because they didn't know.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
And, like I was just totally shocked by how many people didn't really pay attention to how many apocalyptic games came out. I was so tired of seeing every game being in a post-apocalyptic type of world.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, they did a lot of Fallout 76. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Both
Uh,
Bethesda and Microsoft, I think, were showing it off.
yeah, I
There's a lot of confusion there because um, ideally, Fallout is supposed to be a thing that happens like post-nuclear,
hmm
but in the game, they're letting you use nukes, so it kind of makes it not make sense. So that's kind of what threw me off. Like the idea of the game in general, without knowing what the game story is supposed to be, it did sounds kind of cool. But when you actually know the story of the game, it makes no sense at all why they would let you have nukes in it. It makes no sense. This is supposed to be after like all of this stuff
After
has
the
happened.
after the nuke. Yeah.
It makes no sense why all of a sudden, hey, we have some random nukes just chilling, waiting for someone to like
just
activate.
Helen.
I have a confession.
Okay.
I didn't watch Bethesda.
Oh, Handy.
I didn't
And
watch.
honestly, Bethesda had an okay
They had an
showing. I'm
okay
not gonna
show,
lie.
yeah.
They
But
really did. They actually
and
put in work.
and again, and this is why, and it's my fault. And go ahead, nail me to the cross, whatever.
Brawlhalla.
Crucify me. No,
Brawlhalla.
no, it wasn't Brawlhalla. Honestly, I just have no interest in Fallout, and I have no interest in seeing Elder Scrolls online. I had no interest in stuff.
I had no interest as well, but I just did it because of what we do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I dropped the ball. Bad handy.
So, since we're on Bethesda, there are two things that I want to bring up, and I have to because again, I'm a mobile gamer. So, first and foremost, they did hype the card game Legends a little bit, Elder Scrolls Legends, and I actually downloaded and played it. And actually, I played it yesterday because I finally found time to actually play games because I hadn't been playing much lately because of E3, which is fine. But the game so far seems like it has potential. I don't know if it's going to be better than Hearthstone or better than Shadowverse, but it looks like it has potential. The only thing that draws me to it, and that might draw others, is that it's very, very story heavy. So, for example, you know, you start playing the game and it actually starts talking about like the struggle that you know is happening, and then
Uh-huh.
you have to make choices, and depending on the choice you make, like either letting someone live or actually killing them, will determine what happens in the story and determines what cards you get. So I thought that was really cool. It's a very very story driven card game. So I kind of like it because Bethesda's decent at storytelling, with the exception of Fallout 76, where they completely contradicted themselves. But anyway, as far as the card game is concerned, I say that it has potential. Now, the second thing that I have to bring up is Blades. That's the mobile game that they're doing for their Elder Scrolls. So it's and I think they might release it on other like stuff as well. But they actually were. Yeah, but but the fact that they actually were really hyping the mobile version of it made me feel proud of it. Just because I'm glad that these big companies are really considering mobile as a feasible platform to put games on, and you can tell they put a lot of work into it. Now I know it's going to get a lot of hate because mobile right now is still a niche thing, but people are understanding that mobile's starting to take over, y'all, and it's a big deal. It's a legitimate competitor. Now, am I going to play Blades? I don't know, but I still at least like the fact that they're actually pushing it now and even on E3. There was actually mobile had a pretty decent presence overall on E3, and I feel great about that. So I had to bring that up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out now. See, now I feel bad I didn't check it out because I was like, they're not gonna talk about nothing, and yeah, they did. So I'm gonna have to go check out that game and check out Bethesda. And I apologize to my followers and my community for not doing a full report. But that's the only one I didn't watch, and I'm glad. I'm just saying this. I'm glad EA was first. Okay. I'm glad EA was first.
You're glad EA was first.
Yes. Angela said, I'm glad I didn't do the podcast. She only watched 30 minutes of EA. I mean, 30 minutes of E3, yeah. So I don't know. I guess for sure. Without a doubt, I'm getting Kingdom Hearts. For sure, that game looks amazing. Anybody?
I like it.
Okay, but I hear a but.
A lot of gaming companies are hating on the way they presented it. Like apparently. And I don't know if I agree completely with this, but they were saying that I guess either one, there was too much of it, or two, it wasn't presented to where it showed like all the sounds and stuff. It was more you just heard like the dialogue. But I guess everybody kind of make it seem like it was disjointed. I guess I don't know, but
they
I
did that for a reason.
Oh, I know.
Oh my God, people don't know marketing. They did that for a reason.
I agree, and that's why I'm not hating on it. But a lot of the bigger companies were hating on the way they presented it, and I thought they were really being overcritical of it.
Yeah, that is so really much
more. Game Informer was very over. I'll say this.
Yeah, they were overcritical.
Game Informer was overcritical in general, and that's why next year, guys, we got to do this next year. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we got to do it because we're not overcritical. I mean, we're critical, but we're not overcritical. But they were, in my opinion, they were pretty bad, and I was forced to watch them because like me and OG were saying, OMG were saying that was the only site that wasn't crashing for me. And
I tried to watch the No, and the No crashed on the Nintendo one for sure. I did try to watch GameSpot, and it crashed here and there. Like the only legitimate thing that did not crash was Game Informer.
I legitimately tried to watch it like straight from the stream itself, and that crashed for me, and I was like, but it's like, like I was just like, man, like, so I was like, well, guess back to Game Informer. Sorry guys, wife just texted me, blew me off. She's letting me know everything looks like a sciatica, so everything should be okay with the Wi-Fi. But definitely, like I don't know, man. It was just weird. So next year, like we legitimately got to do it, and we got to do it right. It would be cool. I wish Beastboy lived in San Antonio because then we could all just go into like an office area or my house and just chill and watch it together and just be in the same area and do it. But we got to do it next year because I think that would be cool. I know Fighter 9 did it. Fighter 9 enjoyed himself very much doing it. Actually, that's how I found out about. That's who I watched the Xbox stuff was Fighter 9.
Okay.
So, but the game, the most disappointing game to me. Well, the most disappointing part of this game that came out, I will say this, was Battlefield 5 Battle Royale mode. I was like, oh my god, like, I was.
You tell me you weren't surprised by that.
I wasn't. I was disappointed. Only because the way they, like, the way they presented it, it was just like, oh yeah, oh by the way, before we forget, like that's how it sounded like. Before we forget, we added Battle Royale mode, and that's it. And then they pretty much stole. If you go back and listen to it, and you listen to Call of Duty's Battle Royale pitch, and you listen to Battlefield's pitch, it's almost the same pitch, but less hype. Oh, we had to do it our way, and I'm like, really? Like, and I was just like, oh man, and I was like, yep, time to turn it off. But I was like, I can't do it. But I won't be playing Battlefield 5. I've never been into Battlefield games. And I thought maybe this was going to be the game for me to get back into Battlefield or again in the Battlefield, and no, this will not be the game for me. I am excited though that was really the only that, and of course the Crown Royale game was the only two Battle Royale games I think that were announced during E3. Correct? Or am I wrong?
Oh no, there were more.
There were more?
There were more.
What'd I miss?
Oh God.
Just saying.
A lot of them didn't get on the big stage. I would say like that. There wasn't any on the big stage. It was a lot of little conferences for there were on little conferences, but there were like 3 of them that were placed. They just ain't got. I don't think people are really caring because people are still on Fortnite, and then Realm came out. So, shoot, I forgot the name of them because I really didn't care. I just saw, oh, there's another one.
Yeah, I didn't. The only one I actually notated was Realm Royale because I think that one's the only legitimate one to be released. Yeah. As far as like in presentation wise, I didn't care about the rest, so that's why I didn't write it down.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was just like, okay, there's another one.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know there were other ones. I just thought of those 2. I just heard of those 2. I didn't know there was other ones. So,
I mean, they weren't worth mentioning, and that's why.
So, okay. Overall EA experience. Overall E3 experience. From 1 to 10.
It was great. It was a lot better than last year, in my opinion.
From 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
I would give it like maybe an 8 or a 9. Like I actually really liked it overall. I actually enjoyed it, believe it or not. Like I said, the only disappointments was like, now this is only presentation wise, would have been like Sony and EA. But I really thought Microsoft brought it.
Don't forget about E3. I mean, EA. Oh, you just said EA. Okay, my bad.
I did. Okay. I totally did. Okay. I didn't forget. But I really thought Microsoft brought it. I actually did enjoy Ubisoft, which I didn't really talk about yet.
Yes.
But I actually did enjoy Ubisoft. I thought they did a decent idea with the whole Starlink thing with Star Fox. That was a huge deal. The Skull and Bones, I thought was a cool thing too. I honestly feel like that's what Sea of Thieves should have been.
Yes, I'll play Skull and Bones all day. That looks sick. But go ahead.
That looks freaking fantastic. Like I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm not really big on the pirate scene anyway, but that looks like fun. I'm just saying. So if you're into that kind of scenario, you should be playing that. When you know, and then of course the whole Donkey Kong DLC for Rabbids was kind of cool. Now, granted, they did kind of do a whole concert thing, which I know that Bezoy would probably be really upset about that too.
That really burned my bridges.
But I think that not including the concert, just the fact that they have like a Donkey Kong DLC, which apparently it's like its own game, so to speak, within the game. I
Mhm.
think that's pretty cool. They
Right.
did their own kind of story with it, and I actually thought that was pretty legit. Adding on to the Mario Rabbids thing.
I want to play the monkey game. I forget what it's called, but where you're either a monkey or a gorilla. I want to try that game from Ubisoft. What's it called? I can't think of the name right now. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I didn't write it down, so I can't tell you.
Oh my god, man! You know what I'm talking about, Bezoid.
Let me see. I can find it.
Yeah, like I took a lot of notes, but I was only going to highlight certain things, so that's why I'm
Yeah.
not 100% remembering. Because I have a lot to bring up. That's why I was like, you're not going to get every little detail because we would be here for 8 hours if I did. I'm not trying to do that. No podcast should be that long.
Uh, I hear you. So yeah, I thought Ubisoft was pretty good. A lot of
Yeah,
people.
Ubisoft was,
You said the
yeah.
monkey game?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
You talking about the one that was in space?
Mm, the monkey's like the main character. I can't think of the game. I guess they were in space.
No, that wasn't the main. That was Beyond Good and Evil too.
Yeah, that game.
That's not a monkey game.
Yeah.
No,
They just had characters who.
no, I know it's not a monkey game. I said the guy that's the main character. He's a monkey or gorilla.
No, the main character is it's not him. That he's just one of the he's like
He's like the chef, right?
he's like yeah. Is the main character is a different person.
Oh, no,
Oh.
the pig was the chef. I'm sorry. That's something else. Never mind.
Oh, I wanted to check it out just to check it out, see how it is. It'd be one of the games.
I do want to check it out. I because it looked really nice, and when they showed the kid there, I was like,
Stop.
oh snap! And the one that looked as sweet was Baby Girl, who flew into the ship at the end. I
Yeah.
thought she was looking real nice there.
Yeah, she was pretty nice. Definitely. So, I mean, that game I would want to check out. One game we did not talk about, though, but we're on Ubisoft. But I'm going to switch gears to PlayStation. Is Ghost. It's Ghost.
Oh, I was gonna.
Ghost of
I was gonna
Tsushima
get
was
in
actually pretty legit.
that.
I
That
actually,
was looking pretty darn good.
yeah. So that's on my list too to talk about.
Okay, well, go
I
ahead.
kind of like those games that are kind of like old school, like samurai type stuff. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those stories that I would really get into one time. I may never play it again afterwards, but it's a good story to tell and be interactive with. And I think they really did a good job of how they were demoing it, and they were how the person was like being sneaky, and and they were being involved in the story, and they jumped down and did the whole like killing of a few people, and then all of a sudden like the two clashed. Like it was a good story setup. It kind of made you interested in wanting to know what it is. And I thought that the graphics looked pretty. Like it
Yeah.
actually looked the environment like it
I
was
like
legit.
I like the little showdown battle that they were having at first, and they're like, you know what? All right, let's go ahead and play together. So I mean,
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
that was pretty cool. Yeah,
Um,
they
it-
did a good job.
It reminded me of that ninja game that me and Chris used to play.
Oh, you're talking about Yakuza or not
Yeah,
Yakuza?
no, it was on PlayStation 2. I can't think of what it was,
Oh,
but you know what
I
I'm
know what you're
talking.
talking about, too. I
Uh-huh.
do know. I just
Yeah.
can't think of it.
It reminded me so much of that game, and I was like, man, it was pretty sick though.
No,
I think
it's cool. It's legit.
I think Game Informer said it looked like an Assassin's Creed in Japan, which I don't know. I have to disagree. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I disagree with that.
I
Don't look
disagree.
like Assassin's Creed at all.
no. Although I know Pizza's gonna go on a tangent with this. I thought the new Assassin's Creed game looked pretty cool. Just the fact that you can play different characters and play. And
Oh my god!
Okay, it might get me back into Assassin's Creed only because I want to see, only because I would like to play as like somebody like from Greece or Rome and all that stuff. That's pretty cool. I'm just saying. I thought it was pretty cool. Go ahead, Beasley. Go ahead. I'll let you have the floor. I already know.
How are you a Spartan
I,
and a ninja assassin at the same time? How is that?
I,
It
but
makes no sense.
sometimes
If you want to just have a Spartan game, make a Spartan game. Why is Assassin's Creed? Listen, Assassin's Creed making something dealing with Sparta that has nothing to do with any of the story. It's just like they're just taking any time period and saying, okay, we're gonna put them there, and then we're gonna put them there, and next we're gonna be fighting dinosaurs because we just want to put in that time. They're just milking that whole IP is just getting milked, and people are buying it. I don't know how is it. Odyssey, I understand. It kind of caught my interest. I kind of dealt with the Egypt thing, but this makes no sense. This honest, and then he has the spear of Leonidas.
Mhm.
What?
what if the storyline somehow ties it together though?
It don't. One, they already killed the storyline because they killed off Desmond, which was the storyline. They just been doing anything now. It's no links between Black Flag, Syndicate, Unity, Odyssey, and now Spartan era. And they definitely, it was like they just, we're gonna reference 300 as much as we can. We even got them doing the Sparta kick. Come on, man. You are taking money from movies and stuff. Really?
Now, I'll do this. I won't throw $60 at this game. I won't throw $40 at this game. I'll play it when it's like free somewhere. But it did catch my interest. It's not gonna be a game that I throw $60 at and gonna like put my time and investment. I just thought it would look pretty cool. Just because I thought the last Spartan type game that I played that was like next gen was Rise on the Xbox One. That game was very disappointing. It lacked a lot of luster. So for me, I thought that was pretty cool. Now I do agree with you. Like they should have just been done with the whole Assassin's Creed IP and just made a
new IP.
A new IP. I
would have been with it. But simply
Yeah.
because you have that title, meaning you're just making money off a title because of its past.
Right.
It's like, man, why? Why would you do that? Oh, I'm gonna put a Spartan, and so sometimes he wear the helmet, and sometimes he wear the hood. Like people can't see in the helmet and know who you are.
Thoughts, OMG?
Well, if I was to eliminate the name of the game with the story and pretend they were two separate things, I'd be hyped for it.
Me too.
But Beazlord has a really good point that it should have been a whole new series altogether, like a completely different game.
Mm-hmm.
It should not have been Assassin's Creed. It should have just been something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all you had to do was change the title, and you would have had an award winner. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. I mean, but as a game in itself, trying to ignore the name of the game itself looks pretty cool.
Because I guarantee you, nobody's gonna pick the Assassin's Creed character.
They're gonna pick Baby Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They're definitely gonna pick Baby Girl.
Yeah.
But you know what? She's pretty cool. Now one thing I'm not sure who was saying it, but someone was making a big deal about like the accent on a different show, about how like the accent of the character might be too much and it's not necessary. But I disagree because having an accent sets the tone for where you're at.
Right.
So it actually enhances the game. So I thought that was actually pretty cool how they did that.
Only way an accent is bad in a game if the accent is done horribly.
Well, it's not even really that necessarily. It's when the accent doesn't match the location. Because there was a game, I can't think of what it was, but I think they were in one country, but they all sound like they were from England. It made no sense, or British or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, as long as it matches the location, I think it's fine. I mean, they've done voice acting in video games isn't always bad. Most of the time, it's pretty good these days.
Yeah, agreed.
So it's all right. But yeah, I mean, overall, the game looks pretty cool. It's just the name of the game is the only problem with it.
The name of the
That's the
game.
problem. Is that we're in a world today where games become bad not because of the game itself, but because of either overhypeness, the name of a game, something that's not related to the game itself. Unfortunately, that's what we've become. If something doesn't match that has nothing to do with the gameplay, we think it's trash before we even play it, which really sucks because you miss out on a lot of potential in a good game just because of the simple hangup. Now, granted, yes, I agree. It makes no sense to name and everything, but at the same time, I'm not telling you not to play the game because of the title, because I still think it is a good game, and that's the point that I'm making.
Yeah, I won't throw $60 at it, but I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. Eventually, I mean, it's gonna come out somewhere for cheap. Eventually.
I'm kind of a scorned Assassin's Creed fan, so that's why I'm gonna be critical of it.
Yeah.
I was like as much as everybody knows I love God of War. I think my second series was Assassin's Creed, and to see what they did with it after like falling in love with the story, and then they just completely said screw the story, and then now they're just going whatever where they want to go. It's kind of like I hate you guys right now for doing what you did to my story, because that's one thing I do love is having a story that links this game to this game to this game, and you see what you've done this whole time, and you're like, dang, it was a journey, and now they just doing whatever they want to do, and it's like, ugh.
Right. What's up, Obey? What's good, man? What's up, Obey? How you been? And somebody might have King's phone or something. I don't know, but that's a bunch of gibberish. What's up? What's up? But definitely. Yeah. Go ahead.
What? I kind of want to bring up something that Square Enix did, and this is really going back to mobile again, just because, like I said, E3 really showed a lot of love to mobile, which is why I'm personally liking the C3. Is during the Square Enix conference, which some people were being critical of because of the fact that they didn't really do much as presentation. It was more just showing games, which is honestly why we're here. So I don't see a problem with that. But so yeah, I feel you, Bezoy. I did like how they did the Dragon Quest XI crossover with Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. And for those who don't know, that's one of the better mobile Final Fantasy that's out there.
Yes,
one of the ones that I will say is good to play. Not a New Empire, forget that piece of trash. But that mobile game Final Fantasy, who is actually Square Enix endorsed, by the way, unlike the other piece of trash.
They didn't just slough their skins at them.
No, but Brave Exvius is a really good game, and they crossed over with Dragon Quest XI. And I thought that was really cool. So you're going to be able to play Dragon Quest XI characters in that game. So shout out to them for really putting mobile on the scene again. Like, awesome. I just had to kind of throw that little promo out there.
I was so happy and so mad when I heard that, OG. I'm going to tell you why. I was happy because of the game.
Right.
But I was sad because of my anime. If anybody knows, well, because of my manga anime. If anybody knows that... if anybody knows or anybody heard me say before, I'm a big lover of Hunter x Hunter. Well, anybody knows anything about Hunter x Hunter, the writer, Togashi, is a Dragon Quest fan. And he seems to find an illness when Dragon Quest come out so he can play Dragon Quest. And his manga stops. And so when I saw Dragon Quest, I was like, oh God, no. Oh God, yes. Because Takashi's gonna, my back hurt. And next thing you know, he's gonna be playing Dragon Quest. So now he got the crossover. And so he's like, I'm gonna be on Final Fantasy. I'm like, no. Hunter, oh God. And so I'm screaming I'm yelling at the screen, God, no. And I'm like, that game, yes, we got a crossover. No. Oh God! So I'm kind of in there.
I feel you there. Like I can relate. Yeah. I feel you. Well, since we're on the topic of anime, I guess we're contractually obligated to bring this up because you
Jump
already
Force.
know where I'm going with this.
Jump
Uh,
Force.
Uh-oh.
Jump Force.
Jump Force.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
thoughts? I'm curious.
I am reserved right now.
Okay.
I am
Uh-oh.
like, I hope it goes well, but I'm
Mhm.
scared because there was a game called J Stars Victory Versus that
I've heard of
came
that,
out
yeah.
the exact hype way that this one came out. And I
Mhm.
was on that train. I got the game right now.
Mhm.
And they just came out with it, and then the gameplay didn't match how we wanted. And they didn't do anything to the game. They literally just, here's the game, no updates, no nothing, left the game. And
Mhm.
I'm scared that they're going to do this game because it fights similar to how J Stars went.
This was the
And
Ubisoft, right? Or was it Square Enix?
This was
This is,
Microsoft, I believe.
Was it
no,
Microsoft?
Microsoft
Released
showed
it.
it off,
Showed it.
Right.
but it's gonna be for all platforms. But
Yeah.
it's gonna start off. I think it's gonna start off on Xbox. Let me make sure. But I know for a fact it's gonna be on all platforms. But
Yeah, Microsoft was the one that actually just displayed it more than anything.
Right, they
yeah, it's gonna be on all
They
platforms.
premiered it.
But they premiered it. But
Yeah.
I'm so worried because if you look up J Stars Victory Versus, you will see Goku, Naruto, everybody, and the hype was there, and all the anime fans, all the manga fans was like, choo choo, hop on the train. And
Yeah.
so now I'm like, I don't even know. I'm so scared that they will ruin this game because it looked good.
It looks
And,
cool. It looks cool. But
which the same thing happened with J Stars, and
right.
I'm like, please don't do it to me again. Don't do it twice. I'm so worried.
Like, I'm cautiously hype about it because the idea seems cool. I remember when we were watching it, like, my girlfriend was like, "Is that Luffy? Is that One Piece?" You know, like she kind of got excited, and I was like, "Oh wait, there's Goku and Naruto. Oh, okay, here we go." It's one of those. Like, I saw that and I was like, I wanted to be excited. I really did, but I'm also cautious because just like you said, I actually heard about that too, and I was like, "Oh, please don't be bad."
Yeah. I'm so scared. Like, please don't
me
be
too.
bad.
It'll be one of those games I watch on Twitch before I play. Like media. Yeah, I'll watch it on Twitch, see how it is.
I'll probably watch it on YouTube, so yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm down. I'll be really researching this game to let you know what's the heads up about it. But as it stands right now, I'm just on the fence because I'm so scared. Because I really wanted J Stars to work because it had some not only them. Yeah. It had my brother's favorite character as well, Toriko, and oh man, and he was so hype, and everybody was so hype. Every Terran Matt, all of us were so hyped because we had all our characters, and the game came out and it played so bad. It was so bad, and we're like, no, not again. So hopefully, we won't have that again happen. Hopefully, they learn from their mistakes. We'll see how it goes.
Is this the same company bringing it out, or is it a different company?
I have to look that up. Let me make sure.
That's what I was wondering. I wanted to know the company that was bringing out the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure the name of the actual people that's developing it. I'm not too sure. Because if it's a different developer, I'd feel a little bit better about it, just because they might be able to say, well, if they messed it up, we might be able to make it better. So that's kind of what I'm hoping.
Right. Like the whole PUBG Fortnite thing.
Let's see. Okay. Atlas, Bandai Namco, Access. Okay, let's see who's doing Jump Stars. Jump Force, sorry.
Jump Stars?
Well, while he's looking that up, they also did Tales of Vesperia in the Microsoft show.
Right.
They kind of showed it off a little bit, and and so is Beasley. We're both big Tales fans, so just seeing them kind of push that was pretty legit. I'll be honest. Like I was hyped for that.
Was that? Was it?
Wow, no, it's the same people. No.
Oh no! No, it's done.
Well, let's try to be hopeful. Let's try to hope that maybe they learned from their mistakes. I'll change my statement from earlier. Hopefully, they thought, you know what, we really dropped the ball on our previous, installment. Why don't we just do this and make it 10 times? But that's what I'm hoping they do. I hope that they learn from their mistakes. That's where I'm gonna leave it at.
Me too.
But
Hopefully.
most of the time, how game companies are, they don't learn from their mistakes. Hence PUBG. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. But Beasley, how did you feel about the Tales showcase they did on Microsoft? Did it get you a little bit excited?
Yes,
kind of in the
that
middle?
got me excited. I was actually excited about that. That I was like, oh man.
That's
actually,
That got
is
me
it
hyped.
coming to?
That's another world premiere. I don't think it was an exclusive. See, there's a lot of things where Xbox got people confused. Was the difference between world
Yes, it
premieres?
is coming. The definitive edition is coming to all platforms.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Including
Totally
Switch.
getting it for sure. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I was happy about that. That one was a big thumbs up in my book. I was like, oh snap!
See,
The definitive edition.
that's out of my league. I don't know. I don't know nothing about Tales of the Xperia or nothing like that.
You're missing out on.
You really are. It's a really good
The
RPG.
Tales
franchise.
series is
Yeah.
very good with their story and very
Yeah.
good with their
Their combat.
combat.
It's
Yeah.
very interactive. Like you're not just like I select attack, I select the spell. No, you're actually physically moving the character and doing
Yeah.
commands, and it's almost like if anyone's ever played what's another RPG that I've hyped in the past, Star Ocean, till the end of
Yes.
time. It's almost like
Star
that,
Ocean.
but better.
Yeah, and it's most of them are co-op. So
Yeah, you
man.
can co-op. Yeah, it's really legit. I highly recommend any like hardcore like RPG fan in general. Definitely try the Tales games. Like there's lots of other Tales games that are already out. If you have PlayStation Now, I know that there's one or two Tales games on there, so you could actually test out one of those older versions, and it is good. Like I played it when I had PlayStation Now before I got rid of it. I played it and it was great. So happy. So yeah, I'm really hype about this new one. That was like one of the hype moments of Microsoft conference for me. And then of course I'm contractually obligated to plug this as well because again, guess who I am, the mobile gaming expert here. They also did, and I'm only bringing it up, but I'm not super hype about it. But I'm bringing it up. Gears Pop.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna bring it up.
It's I don't know how I feel about it. I appreciate that Microsoft is trying to get in the mobile market. I don't know if Gears Pop is going to be it.
I think that was the wrong game to do it.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think Bethesda has a better chance with their Elder Scrolls Blades, but I guess Microsoft is trying to experiment, if nothing else, and we'll see what happens. Everybody was overcritical about it, and I'm not hating on that criticism because I think that that's a legit criticism in that case. But they're trying. That's what I'm going to say about it. They're trying.
I'll tell you two games. I'm going to name two games. One bad, one good. That was like, oh Lord, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh Lord, why ain't people knowing about this game?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if OG heard about it. But it was, I believe it was at the PC conference.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the bad one first. This bad one wasn't. It wasn't even listed on a lot of things. It was Persona 5 dance game.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? Because when I first saw the scenes of the game, if anybody knows, they know I'm a big Persona 5 fan.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it, I'm like, oh snap, we getting an update or something? And then I'm seeing them dancing it, and I'm like, you're serious. This is a dance game. You're seriously killing me with the dance game.
They were talking about that coming out for like 2 years though. I knew that. There's a bunch of Persona like spin-off games that are coming on. And yeah, the dance game was coming out, and I was just like, Why?
Yeah, why? That was my thing. Why? What are you doing?
Why?
What are you doing? This nobody asked for this. If we want a dance game, we'll go to Just Dance. We'll go to what's the other one? Uh,
We'll just go to an arcade and play Dance Dance Revolution.
Dance
Revolution.
Dance Revolution. There you go. Why would we want that? Nobody wants that. Why are you killing me? Because I was so hyped. I'm like, we're getting Persona 5. We're getting something.
Crazy,
It's a dance game.
crazy weirdo just asked a question. He said, What game are y'all most excited for?"
Oh, well,
Ooh.
give me 1 second, and I will tell you the most I'm excited for.
All
I
right.
want to get this game up because we haven't talked about it at all,
All right.
and it's been flying under the radar.
Okay.
This game coming out called World War Z,
Oh yeah,
I heard of it.
I heard of it.
and I saw gameplay, and I've been like extremely hyped and like shocked that nobody's been talking about this game.
It's a battle royale, isn't it? Sort of.
No. It is a survival game. Is four is okay. If anybody played Killing Floor 1 or 2, is kind of that, but it's totally different. It's like a survival game where it's like hordes and hordes of zombies coming at you. It's like Days Gone, but multiplayer style. And matter of fact, I'm gonna link this because I'm surprised nobody even haven't even saw this game, and it actually looks pretty decent. And here we go, right here, bam, and it looks a lot of fun, and that's why I was like, "Whoa, this looks fun." And the co-op and how much is coming at you at once. You know how you get a zombie game, you get like about 6, 7 zombies at once.
Right.
No, it's like they're pouring in after you, and so it looks very scary. I want to get in that.
Right. That's cool.
World War Z. I'm looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's
awesome.
It was showed at PC, but I think it's gonna be on all platforms.
Probably, because I don't know. I thought there was a World War Z already out already.
No, it's coming out now. It was showing off at E3.
Nice.
They said it'll be out next year. It's created by a group called Saber. And so I'm looking forward to this game.
Awesome. So
I have to apologize for my lack of response because my wonderful girlfriend just brought me a taco that we just made homemade.
Tacos and coffee.
Oh my god! Well, for me, tacos and Pepsi, but yeah. So sorry about that, but not sorry because this is so freaking good. All right, go on.
Well, I guess. Oh man, craziest question. The game that I'm most hyped for. Man, that's so hard because I'm really hyped for Smash, and I'm really hyped for Kingdom Hearts. I'm gonna have to go Smash, man. Even though I'm gonna have to put out $300 just to play the darn game, I'm gonna go Smash. I'm
on that hype train. As far as like the most hyped game, it's gonna for me personally, it's Smash. Yeah,
Smash. Yeah.
Now there are other like honorable mentions. Devil May Cry 5, I was super hype about. I do like the Devil May Cry series, thanks to our friend Philip.
Yes.
Like that's a good game. I even messaged him yesterday. I was like, "Hey, did you hear about the new Devil May Cry?" Unfortunately, he missed the E3 comments about it, but he heard about it. He's excited about it. But yeah, Devil May Cry 5 is definitely a good runner-up. But yeah, for me, it's Smash as well.
Smash,
sure.
Yeah.
I don't really have to think about that
For
one.
Bezoid, it is simple. Kingdom Hearts 3 is what I'm looking forward to. We have a release date, which is what I was screaming about when I was watching the scenes. When I was watching this being shown, I'm like, I don't care about none of this if there's no release date. I don't care how good it looks if there's no release date. And then they said it's 4 days after my birthday, and the hype is through the roof. Kingdom Hearts 3 is easy.
Yeah, for me, it's a good runner-up too. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts is legit.
Yeah, those are gonna be like the two main things I get. Smash. I'm gonna hope maybe now. Hopefully, maybe I get a Switch for my birthday. We'll see. If I get a Switch for my birthday, that'd be awesome. And then get Smash, because I think Smash comes in December, right?
December 7th. Yeah.
Yeah,
December
December
7th,
7th.
yeah.
Yep. December 7th, and then Kingdom Hearts. Those would be like the two main games I get. All the other ones are kind of up in the air. Um, I like them, but it's like,
Mhm.
do I like them enough that I want to play them, or do I like them enough that I want to watch somebody else play them? Is where I'm at. With certain games, like
So
See, the
100%
reason
to buy for me would be Smash, Fire Emblem, Kingdom Hearts 3. And then, of course, I'm still going to play Command and Conquer, but I'll have to buy that. So
yeah,
we're
yeah,
fine. But as far as games to buy, it's Smash, Fire Emblem, and Kingdom Hearts. Straight
the
up.
reason why I would put Smash fourth on our list because of this reason. We've had Smash for the last few years. It's not like Smash been gone for a long time and
Yeah.
then it's coming back. The hypest thing about Smash is everybody's gonna be there. So
Yeah.
to see Snake back is I'm so hyped.
Yeah,
But
Snake, Ice Climbers, Cloud, yeah.
Ice Climbers, yes. Cloud's coming back, which
and they also did change some of the old players, like how they play, too.
yeah,
Yeah.
they sped up a lot of Super Smashes, and like Sonic's Super Smash is ridiculous how fast he goes around.
Yo, thank you for the business, boobies.
But the reason why is fourth because there has been no Devil May Cry besides the one we did not mention.
Yeah.
There has and the fact that Virgil is going to be there. If you don't know, chat, OG, Handy, if you don't know, the guy who rips off his arm is Virgil.
Yeah, I knew about that.
Yeah, I knew.
And if you look and you have to go back, watch the trailer and look in the rearview mirror when he's riding in the truck, you actually see Virgil watching over him on the building in the background. But
that was pretty hype, actually.
that was pretty sweet. I was like, oh god. People, you could tell people do not play games because people thought that the chick in Devil May Cry was Kitty A, and that is obviously not Kitty A.
No, it's not.
I'm like, how could you even like guess that's Kitty A? But it's been like 10 years for like Devil May Cry, so the hype for that is real in me. And then Kingdom Hearts, God, how long have we waited?
Yeah.
I think 13.
Yeah, 13.
13 years.
13
maybe.
Years. Yeah. Let's put it this way.
When did Kingdom Hearts 2
Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. I was hanging out at John's apartment when he was with his girlfriend Shannon, which was a long time ago. OMG.
Yeah, I remember.
I was playing it. I was actually
It's been 13 years.
Yeah, I was beating the game for him because he didn't know how to play Kingdom Hearts, and I did.
December 5th, 2005.
Wow.
That's how long we've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Wow.
Years.
I graduated 3 years ago from there.
So the hype is going to be higher than Smash because we've had Smash recently. So it's more like hype because everybody's there.
All right, I got to mute real quick. My wife's calling, but go ahead and take it, guys.
Okay. And then Resident Evil 2. Oh, yeah. Those three is definitely more hype in my book because we haven't had those.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I think that even though I'm not gonna really buy Resident Evil 2, but I'm still super hyped for it. I saw it and I was like, yeah, I know a lot of people that are gonna be throwing their money at the screen. And I honestly, I still say Devil May Cry 5 was probably the number one in terms of hype.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's just a super big franchise. Well, I'm sorry, it's number 2 in hype because Kingdom Hearts is number 1 hype. Mm-hmm. Devil May Cry 5 to me was number 2 in terms of hype.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why, and that's not saying what I'm gonna buy. That's just saying what I feel is the most hype, and it's only because of longevity, how long we've had to wait for this game. It is a good game. It's not like these are games that you might just pick up from. And no, these are games that once you play it, you're going to be playing it for a while. These games have like high replay value, and that's how you know when a game's really good is after you beat it, you play it again because you just want to. You're just like, wow, I want to see what I missed, so you play it again. you do the extra stuff that you didn't do the first time because you were just trying to get through a certain part or whatever. Like, it's you'll be playing it over and over. So I'm really hype about those games. I'm not going to buy them, but I'm hype about them. So I will definitely promote that those are the hype games as far as like number one and two.
Resident Evil 2, the original game, was released. Wait. January 21st, 1998.
Wow.
20 years ago.
I was in high school.
God.
Yep.
Wow. 20 years this game has been, and we haven't really gotten like hype for a remake until like recently when they asked about it. I say about maybe 5-6 years back when we was like, oh, this could be a thing. And so at first nobody was really hype about it until like, I think it was 6 Final Fantasy, not Final Fantasy, Resident Evil 5 or 6 came out.
I was going to say Final Fantasy.
I think Resident Evil 6 came out. Sure. October 12th, 2012. So it was about 6 years ago. So that's when they asked, would you guys like a remake for RE2? And we were like, oh, heck yeah, that could be a thing, yes.
Oh, yeah, so, absolutely.
Ever since then, we've been looking to see, are they going to do it? 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 So to see that they've done it, we're very happy with that situation there. So I'm all aboard. Like no knocks to Smash at all because I'm definitely.
Like there are too many hype games.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some have to fall to the wayside for us, and that doesn't mean that the games are bad. It just means that a lot of companies are going hard this year, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That means that everybody actually is trying to compete. I love competition when it comes to these companies. I love that everyone's like, "No, play my game. No, play my game," and they all have legitimate reasons why.
No, play Handy's game. No, I'm just kidding.
Then I seen the game that I was like, you know what? I liked the original. I didn't get a chance to play it. I've watched a lot of it. Neo 2. Neo 2 got. I was like, oh god, they're gonna do another one already? Like the game just came out like a year or two ago, and they're already giving us Neo 2. So,
right.
So yeah, I'm looking. It's a great time to be a gamer.
It really is, but it's gonna be hard on my pocketbook.
Yeah, Neo 2 was last year, February 7th. And they're already giving us a teaser for Neo 2.
Yo, what up, Servio? Yeah, the games I'm gonna be getting for sure is Smash and Kingdom Hearts. I don't necessarily know about the third one. I'm kind of interested to see what Cyberpunk's gonna be about too. I don't know. This is like a lot of games. I'm like, man, I want to try, and it's like, dang, I wish.
So you're really digging into Cyberpunk, huh?
I just want to try it. I thought it was pretty cool.
What kind of got you into it?
The way that it's just like the storyline of it, like I don't know, it was just like cool because at first I thought it was Red Faction the way it started. I thought it was like a new Red Faction, and then I don't know, it seems like, and it's gonna be weird, but the way that the art style is, it's kind of like, I don't know, it looks like it's gonna be like an open world kind of game, and I don't know, it might be like a better GTA kind of, maybe. I don't know. I don't
know if it's gonna go that route.
I don't know.
People been trying to stay away from being towards going against GTA because how big GTA is. I don't know if it's gonna go GTA route now.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be a very immersive game, like a good hard game.
It does.
And
it caught my eye.
Yeah. Now, is that Xbox exclusive? No.
Yes.
It is?
That is. I believe that is one. Let me make sure.
Now, I can understand if Cyber...
Oh, no, it's not.
What? Wow!
It's not. It's coming to all platforms.
Well, I'll be getting it on PlayStation then.
Well, I was trying to give y'all one, Microsoft. Chat, I was trying to give Microsoft one, and we actually got to take it away now.
Yep.
I thought Cyberpunk was strictly for.
So did I. Must have misunderstood something then.
Well, see,
I do remember. See, what Microsoft is really good at is saying, launch exclusive.
right,
People don't understand that just means that the launch starts on this console, but all consoles get it.
right.
So, snap. I thought they was getting that one by themselves. Ooh,
yeah, I thought so.
See, that takes down. That's why people was so hyped for Microsoft's conference when they're like, "Oh, we get this, we get this, we get this." But you got to really pay attention to the words there.
Right.
Y'all don't just get that. Everybody gets that. They just was the ones to release.
They get it first.
Show it off.
Yeah.
To show it off. So
right.
That's why I haven't been that critical on Microsoft over Sony this year.
Because
no,
I was gonna give them excuse. I was gonna give them an excuse. Or maybe that's why they haven't really, come out with a release date for Crackdown 4 or 3, whatever. Because maybe Cyberpunk is gonna be, kind of in that same genre and realm area. But now they have no excuse because it's not an exclusive. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing that I was like, okay, but people has been giving Microsoft like super nods to.
What?
The fact that they got Ninja Theory.
Oh yeah, that's a big deal.
Oh yeah,
I think
the studio.
Yeah.
I was actually like the other studios was better in my opinion.
Right.
Because what Ninja Theory did to me with DMC, the fake DMC.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay,
yeah,
you're right.
They're on my bad list right now.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
They're on my bad list right now, especially because they make hype games. They get a lot of hype behind their games, and then the games don't deliver. And then what the developers themselves, what they said about their fans, yeah, that's really gonna
see. I wasn't too hype about the studios because it's like, okay, you bought the studios, but what are they gonna do in the future? Like they didn't say this is gonna be happening in the future with these studios that they just bought. They just said, "Oh look, we threw money at the screen about the studios and how hype is that?" I'm like, okay, well that's cool.
Well, here's the thing with that is they didn't say it, but I believe that some of those companies were already working on certain projects that might be hyped later on. They just didn't specifically bring it up. They probably should have said it because that would have probably added more validity to that statement. But
right.
The only reason I know is I did a little bit of homework on that. But yeah, they were actually working on some projects. I don't know the names of them all or anything like that because I didn't make those notes, so I can't really tell you because that was too much to write down.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, there is a good reason that this is a good move, and I'm glad that Microsoft is actually putting in effort to find all these studios and make all these kind of crazy games because that will probably put them back near the top, if anything else. So that should be a competitor, and that's really why I'm hyped about it. I'm just glad that Microsoft is trying.
Yeah, they said that.
I'm with you on that one. I'm definitely with you on that.
They said the console war is gonna be lit again. So they said,
I don't know about that.
I don't.
They took a step in the right direction. That's what I'm right direction.
They
took a step.
They took 2 steps forward, but Xbox did take 1 step back, and when it comes to showing games off, one of them, and I'm gonna break it down like this: where they took 1 step back when they were showing games off, they shouldn't have brought up PUBG at all. They should have left PUBG alone.
I was laughing when I saw that. I'm like, you really? Y'all really?
You really gonna
show this off?
That's trying to sue the better version.
Not only that, but the game does not work on your console. Sorry. So why put that on the main floor? Why? I was like, really? And then they show walking in the snow. I was like, y'all can't even get the desert right, let alone walking in the snow.
I was totally I laughed that whole presentation right there. I was like, y'all really did that. Y'all really showed. Y'all couldn't do what PlayStation did and just announce something like saying, "Hey, you guys can all get Black Ops 3 for free. Go get it." No,
Right.
they actually showed a whole video dedicated
To PUBG.
to PUBG.
Yeah, that was kind of bad. Actually, another thing too that I kind of laughed at too, and it's not as funny as what we're talking about now, but they kept really trying to shout out Mixer hardcore.
Yeah, because they own it. They own
They
it.
were really pushing that hard.
I was like, "Okay, fellas,
Yeah, when they were talking about building a community, where you could build a community and have 3 million fans watch you on Mixer. Sorry, but there's not that very many viewers on Mixer. Nobody's got no 3 million viewer base. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Like, nice try, but
nice try, but
no."
no."
I laughed at that as well because they did it multiple times. It wasn't just a one-time shout out. I think they shouted him out like 2 or 3 times.
Not
Throughout that
saying
entire
Mixer is
conference.
bad. Not saying
Yeah,
Mixer
there's nothing wrong with Mixer, but it just felt like they were really like pushing it too much.
Right.
Like, just do
Yeah.
one shout out and let it be. You know what I mean?
Right. But while you're talking about that on Mixer, our broadcast is being broadcasted on Twitch. Oh, burn. Burn. You know, that's when you know, like, you can sit there and talk about it all you want, but your main all E3 was being broadcasted on Twitch. So, I mean, not saying it wasn't being broadcasted on Mixer. I did see some of it, but Mixer didn't have the majority of it, you know. And even
A lot of it was Twitch and YouTube, believe it or
right,
not.
right, exactly. And
That's why there was a lot of crashes on some of the other companies because they were trying to broadcast it on YouTube and they had too many people watching.
yep.
I don't know if Mixer had it like that much.
I don't know. I didn't even turn Mixer on to do that. When I did, I just went from Twitch to YouTube. I went back and forth.
Yeah.
That's what I did. But yeah, I mean, that was like one of the disappointing things about Xbox is like, you know, you bring in all these cool games, but a lot, if you really think about it, even though they were talking about all those games, a lot of those games weren't their games. And then on top of that, too, like, they brought up PUBG. Like, you could have done something else. And then they not only did they bring up PUBG, they brought Sea of Thieves. And I was just like, oh god. Oh, why? I mean,
You brought out the worst versions of every type of game. Like, you know, because I mean, again, like I said earlier, that other game, freaking shoot, I forgot the name of the other good pirate game.
Skull and Bones.
That was, you know, something to me that overshadows Sea of Thieves any day.
Right.
You know, so you got that, and then you're doing PUBG over Fortnite, which is another just slap in the face. Like, you really brought out some of the wrong stuff. You need to do something about your advertising, as far as that's concerned. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where they really dropped the ball as far as their like bringing out the games. But I mean, they still are. The funny thing was is they dropped the ball on that, and they were still hyper. Then
yeah, I mean, honestly, that's because they brought out so much content that I think some of the good things kind of overshadow some of the bad things.
Right.
So that's kind of what it was. Another thing that we haven't actually discussed Microsoft wise, which feels awkward because this is really, in my opinion, what put Microsoft on the map in general, was Halo.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna get into that.
Oh
yeah, like,
take the floor.
Yeah, take it. That's all you.
Oh yeah, I was I wasn't. I'm just happy that they got Halo because
I am too.
I didn't want them to get shunned this year because I want Microsoft to do well. So I'm like, give us Halo. I actually wanted Fable. I wanted Fable as well, but they didn't.
That was rumored.
That was rumored. But when I saw Halo, I was like, finally, we're getting somewhere. And I don't think that was like the first. The
Yo, welcome to the Kill Cam Squad, where we chill and we kill and we have no drama.
I wish I could have saw some gameplay. They didn't show any gameplay. They just showed the CG. But I could deal with it. I just know it's coming. I'm just
I mean, and that's all you really need to know, like, because I mean, this is the first time that they're showing it. They're letting the world know, yes, we haven't forgot about Halo. It's in the works, and that's fine. And then next year, I think Microsoft should probably do actual Halo gameplay, which I guess
Yeah.
could be another thing that we can talk about. What do you guys think that each of these developers could do next year to kind of further their brand?
That's a
Like,
great
what do you think they can
question.
do?
As far as Halo wise,
Well, no, just in general, like as far as each company, like Microsoft, EA, Bethesda, Square Enix, like what can they all do individually next year to just be better in general? Like, what should they do?
to further their
Well,
brand. Ooh, that's a good
first of
question.
all, Sony needs to hire somebody to present the That's number one. Because whoever was that guy in the boarding room that said, we're going to have a guy do a banjo for 10 minutes. And whoever was that guy need to be fired.
Right.
I'm going to start with the smaller companies and then hit to the
Okay.
big three.
Sure.
Ubisoft, please stop with Assassin's Creed. Give me some new IPs. Like, that's the main thing across the board.
Right,
New
yeah.
IPs.
Mhm.
Like,
Right.
to see Ghost, to see Sekiro, how you pronounce it, that game looks amazing.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
I actually thought it was a game called Blood Will Tell. If y'all know anything about that game, let me know. But that game is amazing. Blood Will
I'm not
Tell
sure about
was
that,
way
yeah.
back in like PlayStation 1 and 2 era, where you played as a samurai who lost all his limbs because the demons took every body part except like his base, and he had to go fight each demon to get a limb back in his body.
Never
Oh,
heard of that
wow.
game.
It was very gory, but the story was amazing. And I actually thought that Suikoden was that when I saw his hand was not a real hand. And I was like, oh my God, Blood Will Tell came back. Look it up, watch, you'll be like, oh, that game's pretty good. Just new IP, just seeing new games
Yeah.
in general. Go ahead.
I was gonna just agree with you and piggyback and just say I feel like across the board, a lot of the gaming companies are just scared to take risk anymore. They just want to go with what works, and that's all I was just gonna say.
Yeah. As far as I've been hyped for the remake of RE2 and the fact that Devil May Cry is coming back. I'm enjoying seeing new things. I'm enjoying seeing new games. So my thing will be new IPs.
Yeah, new IP.
Okay.
UOG, go ahead.
Well, I got a few specifics. So I'm going to start with Sony because to me they're the elephant in the room in terms of we need to see some Final Fantasy VII.
Yes, we do.
I want to close on them.
I need to see them say, oh, okay, we have a release date now. Okay, here's a little bit of gameplay footage. And here's what changes could possibly be made, like as far as either story or gameplay, show us something. Give us a date and give us some gameplay. Something that we haven't seen. Give us that. That's what Square Enix needs to do next year, in my opinion. In terms of, I had something else too. Let me find it again. Darn, where is it? As I know, I guess they could do it for Square Enix, not necessarily Sony. I think Square Enix would be the ones to really push that Final Fantasy VII. I want to say that in terms of EA, they need kind of a complete overhaul. And I guess
totally.
Yeah.
But they need to come up with a new title in general, and something that's not necessarily sports.
Yes.
Because I mean, honestly, EA is more well known for their sports, but people forget that EA does make other games.
But
I can tell you one game they could bring back.
What game?
Syndicate. It was a game called Syndicate that was amazing. It was a 4-player co-op shooter.
But
it was awesome.
I can argue that because aren't they the ones behind Anthem or whatever that game is?
Anthem?
Yes.
No, I thought somebody else was behind Anthem.
No, I think that's EA.
Look that up.
I think that's EA.
Quick reference. Give me 1 second.
Because I remember hearing about Anthem, I just didn't write it down because for whatever reason I didn't want to bring it up.
Because they keep pushing it back. It was shown off last. I'm getting that. Give me 1 second.
I think that's EA. I mean, I totally agree with you, but I'm just saying people are gonna say, "Well, they got Anthem. That's a new game." I think that's EA. I'm almost certain. Like E3 was just like one big long show for me, and it's hard to remember which games were where.
Yeah.
Okay. BioWare.
BioWare.
Which might
would
be a
have been
part.
shown. So it would have been shown off on EA. Then that would have been like.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
that's
is EA.
that is
It is
EA?
part of
Oh,
EA.
was it?
It is.
Yeah,
Oh.
published by Electronic Arts. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So okay.
So, all right. So that's something I guess that they did do, but
That's
still
just
think
only
there should be
one.
something
Yeah,
else.
that's just only one IP.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
though, let's be real. Anthem is like an off-brand. Well, I don't say off-brand. It's a close
Generic.
reference to. It's a close reference to Destiny.
Yeah, I was gonna say a generic
Let's
Right.
version.
be
but that's-
real.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like it's its own thing.
No, it's not. It's
Close
really
reference
not.
to Destiny.
And it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be as good as Destiny. For a lot of reasons. It's just gonna be storyline, and then that's it. I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's just not gonna be a lot of content in the game. I don't know. It's just the way EA is. They don't really put a lot of content in their games when it comes to replayability.
That man is woke there, y'all. He knows.
Yeah. So, I mean, sports games don't count because you're gonna replay sports games.
Yeah,
But-
it's going to be the new Madden, the new FIFA.
Right.
I mean, okay, so I'm not saying that they need to not showcase any sports at all, but I think that you know how they do like the highlight reel at the end, like other non-honorable mentions. They should make FIFA, Madden, NBA, all that stuff should just be like on their highlight reel, so you know that it's coming out. They're still making a new game, but actually do footage of something different. Elaborate on some of the other
Right.
non-sports styles, so everybody knows that you were something more than just sports.
Right.
And don't showcase a person that's going to make gamers look bad. Because honestly, that was a huge insult, and that really aggravated me. But anyway,
Yeah, that guy.
um,
Yeah.
yeah. But Bethesda, what I'd like for them to do is actually show gameplay of the Elder Scrolls 6, since they did, this year actually mention that it's coming. Okay, now next year you're responsible for giving us a little bit of footage of it. I don't know if you want to put a date. I mean, of course, we want to hear a date, obviously.
Right. We always
but-
want dates.
We always want dates, but I'm not going to tell them to do that because, sometimes they just don't do it on purpose. But at least give us gameplay, if nothing else, next year. That's what I want Bethesda to do, at the very least, is give us more footage of Elder Scrolls 6. Let me see, who else am I going to pick on? Microsoft should definitely do some Halo footage as far as what the Halo, game is going to actually look like.
Right.
Instead of just CG, like Bezoid said earlier, it was a good point. They just did CG, and that was really it. So next year, just do gameplay. And I'm not saying that what they did this year was bad as far as showing CG. I think it was okay because this is the first time. This is a world premiere, so I'm not expecting you to give us everything in the very beginning. But I think next year you're obligated to give us a little bit of gameplay, just a little bit. Give us a little trailer. What else can everybody else do? Because like I said, I actually really thought about this. I already talked about Square Enix. So we already know what they need to do. Ubisoft. Let me think about Ubisoft. Now, honestly, I think Ubisoft was like okay, too. I think they did an okay job overall. I mean, the only thing that I'm going to want them to do is maybe just elaborate on maybe one or two games that they may have brought up but didn't do a lot of footage on, and then show off like one or two new games. I mean, that's all they really need to do,
Right.
and that would be fine. Like Ubisoft, I can't be overcritical. They did a decent job. Same with Bethesda. They did it. Oh, actually, you know what? I do have one thing bad about Bethesda. I forgot about this. I think it was Bethesda. Yeah. They did that weird, awkward rock concert at the very beginning about Raid or whatever, Raid 2 or something like that. That was not necessary. Like, and nobody, to be honest, was getting into it either. Like, everybody was looking around like, are we at E3 or are we at some, like, random, like, karaoke? Like, that's literally what it felt like. And they should have eliminated that altogether. I know Beast was laughing.
I'm starting to feel like the music thing was like a theme for the overall E3 because, I mean, PlayStation did it. You saying Bethesda did it?
Yeah, Bethesda did it too.
Ubisoft did it. Was
Now,
Microsoft and
I will.
EA the only ones that didn't do it?
Square Enix didn't do it either.
Oh, okay.
Neither did Nintendo.
Oh yeah, no, well,
Um,
yeah, Nintendo's pre-recorded though.
yeah, it was pre-recorded, so that makes sense. Yeah, so we can't really count that. But what I will say though is, being that I am a huge music buff when it comes to video game music, I will say that as far as the four performances that I've seen, I think the Ubisoft's Donkey Kong thing was actually the best. And that's only because I felt like I was at Video Games Live, because that's technically what it looks like. You'll
Right.
see people with instruments kind of doing their own, like, spin and theme on a certain game. So Ubisoft was the only one that I would say it didn't bother me in terms of a concert, if you will, just because it felt like Video Games Live. All the other stuff was just garbage. So I'll
Right.
just
My
leave it at
question
that.
my question is, why isn't Video Games Live not doing the music?
Well, see, and that's the thing I thought too. I thought that I figured if you were going to get someone
To
to do
do
music for your games for E3, yeah, Video Games Live would be the one to do it. You're absolutely right.
Not to say, as we've met, a lot of the people that work with Video Games Live already help conduct and construct a lot of the music that are in some of these new games. For remember, we met the girl that was the singing, that did the singing in Destiny 2.
Right.
You know, she was at Video Games Live. She performed there. She works with
Right,
Video
she
Games
does.
Live. So, like, why they didn't like it? Had it would have been the Video Games Live people doing the music, I think I would have had more respect for the music, because it would have made sense, and they
Yeah.
would and they would have been showcasing maybe the actual game music from the game. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That would have
Mhm.
made more sense to me.
Yeah,
But
that would have been cool. Yeah.
why they didn't do
And
that?
that's why I'm not smashing Ubisoft about what they did, because they did it right. The only criticism I have is that it should have been Video Games Live instead of the people they have. That's my only criticism there. But the fact that they were doing the music while showing the game in the background, that's really the way you're supposed to do it in terms of music, instead of what all those other companies did, which I thought was just garbage.
Right, like, hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me play with my flute before we show the game. Hold on. I'm going to play with my flute. And then I'm going to sound like I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to, like, he almost made a whole different song out of the song that he was playing. Like, it was, like, almost like a techno song. I don't remember what it was, but I remembered it when it was happening. But when it was, I was like, oh my God, is he going to buzz out and say, Mortal Kombat? I really thought that was going to happen. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
It was just crazy, but
That might
yeah,
have made it better, to be honest.
that'd have been funny.
Uh,
That'd have been funny. That'd have been real funny. I guess I don't know if you're done. Are you done?
As far as the music
Oh,
part, I'm done. The only other like suggestion that I guess I haven't brought up would be like Nintendo and PC Gamer. And honestly, like I think PC did okay overall. Like nothing super hype, but nothing really bad that I can think of. I just think that they just need to continue to show off new games, and that's perfectly
right.
fine.
What's up, Abe?
Um,
Go ahead.
and Nintendo, I would say that even though the live stream was kind of hard to follow because it kept crashing almost the entire time,
Right.
I think that the overall, I mean, they did a good job really presenting what they were trying to do with the Smash Brothers and Pokemon. Those are their main two highlights, and they get into lots of details about each of them.
Right.
Which I think
Yeah,
a lot
I
anybody
enjoyed.
that was a fan of those games would have enjoyed that.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed that a lot. The detail. I wish that the other E3 people would have done that. Would have been more in
Yeah.
detail. But it was like a lot of them was like, hey, look at this game. Bye. Hey, look at this game. Bye. Hey, look at this game. Oh, look at the gameplay. Bye. And I'm like, okay, but I want to know a little bit more about it. I got questions. Nothing much.
Well, I don't think they need to do with a lot of games though. Like if I was to tell Nintendo one thing, I'd say pick one game to like, elaborate on and then, do like a show for the rest. Or,
Right.
or do your show in general and then highlight one of your games at the end. Like, that's what Nintendo needs to do. As
Right.
far as what they need, what kind of game they should show off,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But shout outs to PC Gamer for being the only one that shouted out Sega.
Very
I don't know if you
true.
noticed that or not. They were the only group. PC Gamer was, and I'm not even really a PC gamer anymore. But they were the only ones that shouted out Sega for helping them out with some stuff, and I have to like do a golf clap. I mean, they
Golf clap.
actually I thought that was legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So shout out to PC Gamer for shouting out Sega.
definitely,
Right.
definitely. My, I would say, I would say this for EA. You got to overhaul your whole presentation. Um, secondly, uh, what's been going on with me doing a podcast, man, talking about E3, man. Secondly, like, I would say, like, yo, GMZ, welcome to the Kill Cam Squad, where we chill and we kill and we have no drama. I'm gonna wait the music for the stop for a second. I would say that I would feel like they shouldn't even like showcase the sports on E3. I feel like the sports should be like its own separate thing, or like they shouldn't even like, because to me, like that saves up so much room and for them to do something else. And I almost feel like the Madden and the FIFA thing is more like of a filler, instead of like something they really want to show off, because it's like,
Hmm.
oh, we don't have nothing else to show, so let's just put Madden and FIFA there because yeah, that's a given. But I feel like if they didn't show, if they didn't show that and they showed Madden somewhere else, it would make them want to work harder in their presentation and want to do
Hmm.
more. And like we were talking about in the IP section, um,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I
Uh,
do want to say that the entire EA presentation wasn't horrible. I did like the fact that they did demo the Command and Conquer Rivals.
that's
I
true.
will give
I
them credit on
I
that. That
do.
was probably the best part of the whole thing, in my opinion, was the
Yeah.
fact that not only did they talk about it, but they actually showed like two competitive gamers actually playing the game. And I like that. I think that that was cool. So, EA didn't completely bomb. Like, that was freaking awesome. I will give them credit for that.
But the only thing that I can counter with you on that is like that's like a one in the time type deal. Like they're not gonna show a mobile game next year. You know what I mean? They're I
I
maybe
believe they are. I believe
you
they're
you think you think they're gonna show, you think EA is gonna show more mobile games next year?
maybe not EA, but they're going to be showing mobile.
No,
Period.
no. I say mobile period, yes, but I'm talking about EA. And that's why I'm saying I think EA just needs to just overhaul and just restructure their whole thing, because even their hosts lack confidence. And it was just meh. I was just so disappointed. But as Ubisoft, they, in my opinion, they did pretty decent. I don't think they did a bad job. I just
Yeah, they did good.
I agree with you what you said. They needed to elaborate in some games. The games that they did elaborate on, I didn't have no interest in, and the games that they didn't elaborate on, I wanted interest in. And what I mean is, they were elaborating on that bike game, the uh,
Oh, the thing looked like Excitebike or whatever.
right,
Oh,
yeah,
Trials?
That's what I thought
yeah,
it was.
trials, yeah,
Trials,
yeah, trials, yeah. And I feel like, kind of like what Bezoid's wife was saying, a lot of people didn't know what the the game that had Star Fox is gonna have Star Fox in it. They didn't really know what it was.
Starling.
They
Yeah.
should have elaborated in that more, put more time into that more, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So I think they just gotta pick and choose better, like on the games that they
Yeah.
elaborate on. Other than that, I think it's cool. Bethesda, I didn't watch, and I'm sorry. Sorry.
They had
Uh,
a good show, in my opinion. I thought honestly Bethesda was one of my favorites personally. As a matter of fact, one thing that we haven't brought up is they actually did a little comedy bit at the very end. I don't know if you remember this, Bezoid, where they did the whole Elder Scrolls. Was it? Was it? Were they making fun of Elder Scrolls? Where they were
Yeah.
talking about the whole Siri thing and all that.
Yeah,
That was hilarious.
that was
That
hilarious.
little comedy skit was just perfect as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I mean, as far as Bethesda's concerned, just keep doing what you're doing. In all honesty, because you were funny, you had a decent presentation, you actually shouted out mobile games. I mean, I'm really not upset at Bethesda. And I'm really not upset at Microsoft really either, because honestly, despite what we said, I think they did bring a lot of good content in general.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hate on Microsoft too much as I already did as far as changing, because they actually did change from last year.
Oh yeah, like big
So
difference.
and PlayStation still didn't bring it again last year as far as presentation. So which means they really didn't have to change, but they did, and they did well. So, as far as Xbox, my biggest thing was the whole you didn't need to bring up the Game Pass thing, and if you did, you needed to bring up something better than, oh, guess what? It runs faster. Goodbye. And I mean, she mentioned more stuff like Division and all that stuff coming in. And then, the other thing of, you shouldn't have brought up PUBG. You shouldn't have had PUBG on your main thing. That was
a mistake. Yeah.
Right. And PlayStation, they just did well and bad on their presentation. But the one thing that they did, the one thing they did do well, though, I will say this: the way they showed demos of their games, it made you want to play their games. Okay, they weren't bad demonstrations. Like, 'cause you got to think about it, right? Those demonstrations that they're showing you, somebody had to play that game to capture that footage. So the people that they have playing their games to show that footage, to record it, that was amazing. Like for instance, what was that game? Last of Us 2. That footage of the
that wasn't all like he just magically had that all happen. That was scripted to happen like that.
It was scripted to happen. He didn't play it like that.
Yeah, he didn't play it like that. It was scripted to happen like that.
Oh well, then you just
you
lost.
You can tell that was scripted when she got pulled from under the car.
Okay. Well then, guess what? You just lost kudo points. But like, I feel like when you bring the thing that I didn't like is they brought up like a lot of major games, so like a lot of these smaller games got overshadowed. Like Just Cause 3. Was it Just Cause 3? 4? Yeah. 4.
I really don't care about this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there was no reason to bring. There was no reason to bring it in. You have Spider-Man, Last of Us 2, and Ghost of Tsushima, and what was the other major one? There was another major one, wasn't there?
Death Stranding.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the most craziest thing I ever seen.
Oh yeah. That wigged me out. I was like, "What the heck is going on?"
And the bad thing was, I was watching the PlayStation experience with my daughter, and my daughter was like, "Daddy, what's going on?" I said, "I don't know. Just close your eyes. Turn around." But that game's got me intrigued just because it's so different. And that's something I will give PlayStation on, is that game is so different. Hold on. Minja Leonardo says, "Do you guys mind if I join Discord? I'd like to come in and talk about E3." Well, that's something like we would have to discuss like beforehand, 'cause like I don't know. I kind of don't know you, you know what I mean? And you kind of don't know me. So it's like, it's something like we discuss with the host before we do a show, just to make sure everybody's on the same page. But maybe one day we can have you come in and talk about your thoughts on some stuff there. Buddy, you all agree? Yes, no?
Yeah,
Agreed. Okay.
everybody who's been on the show has been a guest of the show. It would kind of be a slap to them to say, "Oh, we can let anybody be."
Yeah. Because
Yeah, we usually talk to people first. Yeah.
yeah, most of the time when we have a guest on the show, about 100% is mostly a content creator of some type. Either you're on YouTube or either you're on Twitch, and if you're on Twitch, you must be an affiliate. So we always do a spotlight to show them out, and we always handpick them. So
No, you can make comments in the chat though. I mean, because if you bring something up, we can definitely like
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can
we just don't
definitely
just randomly let people just jump into the, you know what I mean?
because
It would kind of be not fair to them.
yeah, because
Right.
then it's not only that, but then it loses its authenticity as a show. Then it's just like, oh, it's just a party chat that they record and put on Discord, you know.
True.
I felt like Capcom had the best showing. Devil May Cry 5 and Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 really surprised me.
Well, see, I said that earlier. Actually, I said that Capcom had the best one. But that was just me personally. But then again, Capcom is because of my fighting game background. Capcom really, they have a lot to prove in my eyes. So, and no,
Unfortunately, that was the one that I missed. Unfortunately, that's why I haven't been commenting on it. And I actually feel bad because I actually love Capcom and I missed it. So.
Yeah, no, Capcom went hard.
What I said earlier was I even gave the year difference between when the last Devil May Cry came out and when the last Resident Evil came out, and they said they asked us about 6 years ago, did we want a Resident Evil 2 remake? And so we knew what was coming, we just didn't know when. So we kind of predicted Devil May Cry. We just, because if you look earlier in the year, you would notice that Capcom did some what do you call it? Copyrights for Devil May Cry's titles. So we kind of knew Devil May Cry was coming. We didn't know when.
And then
RE, we knew it was coming because they asked us.
Right.
So it wasn't like it was totally unpredicted, but we just didn't. When it came, we were hyped because we didn't know now was the time. So yeah, I agree with you. Capcom made the strongest moves with their games. I'm on that. I'm definitely on the same page with you on there.
I'm about to watch it. I'm gonna have to do that. I want to see what all they highlighted.
I kind of knew Devil May Cry was coming, just the fact that they actually just brought the Devil May Cry skin to Monster Hunter. Like, you know what I mean? Because it was just like, yeah, we're gonna just put it in Monster Hunter, and I'm like, okay. Devil May Cry must be coming. I'm just saying, like,
and don't forget Monster Hunter World. Was just working with Final Fantasy. That's also a power play move.
That's very interesting, and I'm a big fan of Auron, so I may have to play some Monster Hunter just to have the Auron skin.
Yeah, because I actually have been playing a little bit off screen. I haven't really been bringing it up because I don't play it a lot. But I mean, I do sometimes spend like a couple hours just kind of, doing a few small things, and I'll log out, and do something else. But yeah, I definitely get that Auron skin for sure.
Capcom knocked it out of the park this year. Yeah, we got 3 new Monster Hunter games: Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Stories, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Yes, they did. They did bring one to the Switch. I forgot to say that. The PS4 version of Monster Hunter World got exclusive Street Fighter Horizon Zero Dawn, Devil May Cry DLC. We got the Street Fighter Collection that has 12 games in it. Yep, they did. That was before E3, but they did bring that out, which is me after seeing, because I've researched that a lot. After seeing what they did with it, I wish there was some Street Fighters that I wish they would have put in there. But overall, if you are a person that likes Street Fighter and you would like to be able to play them all on one system, get that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we talked about this on one of the most recent episodes.
Yeah, we talked about it last week that I haven't uploaded yet. Rip.
God dang it, Handy.
I know.
Hold it down so people can see what we've been talking about.
I know. I'm sorry. It's been a hard week, man. What can I say?
Yeah, you've had a crazy week. It's cool, bro.
All right, Kitty.
Okay, Kitty.
He said we've also got, and then yeah, Mega Man 11. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm hyped about. But again, I didn't see the Capcom thing. I'm gonna watch it after this.
They
so
didn't. They
I'll have to
didn't.
watch
They
it.
didn't. They didn't talk about Mega Man.
No,
And
they didn't.
They
They
just kind of
didn't.
showed it off a little bit.
No,
Yeah.
they didn't. No, they didn't even show it off. They didn't talk about it.
really?
They
Nope.
didn't talk
Nope.
about it at
They
all.
didn't.
That's disappointing. Then actually,
There was-
That's negative points
Because
for me.
they got, if I heard correctly, they got something coming up within a week's time where they're going to be showing that off on its own. Just the same as PlayStation going to be showing off some more games later on this week, I believe.
Right. Yeah.
That they got, because that wasn't the only conference, and so
Right.
don't be surprised that they did not show off something for Mega Man, because you'll be seeing a lot of Mega Man stuff soon. So don't be
Okay.
disappointed. Don't be disappointed.
I think
Mega.
the old company that I remember showing off Mega Man, I think was Nintendo. I think Nintendo, they didn't actually like do hardcore gameplay. It was kind of like on their highlight reel at the end of games coming out or whatever. And I think
I believe they did. Yeah, I believe they did.
I think the only I think the only thing I saw from Mega Man from Nintendo was Smash Brothers, but I'm not sure.
No. They showed it when they
Smash
showed.
Brothers was one of the big highlights, but after before they did the big highlights,
When
they
they did
actually
the
did do like a
montage.
list of games, a montage, and Mega Man was on that list.
Yep, it was because that was when I saw Dragon Ball Fighters.
Oh.
Mario was on the list too, yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep, they did.
One game
So
that I
shout out for
want.
Nintendo.
Nintendo making a way, man.
Honestly, I thought was the first samurai games. I don't know.
It's three samurai games that's coming out. The Sukido, the Ghost, and Neo.
Yep.
Wait, actually, it might be four. I think it was another one. I think it was one more. Can't remember it. But yeah, we all thought that Ghost is one, a new IP, so we're all happy for.
Right.
Yeah.
Two, it looked beautiful.
Oh yeah.
And three, the gameplay looked very, very, very good. I'm hoping that's how you play throughout the whole game, but we'll see.
I'm gonna
Neo
say
too, yeah.
I'm gonna say something very funny, Leonardo, and please don't take any offense to this. But this is why you don't show up late for church, man. Oh yeah, because this is exactly what we were talking about in the beginning of the show, about the ghost and all the stuff that you brought up. Yep. So, but yeah, definitely, man, definitely Leonardo, but definitely. I have to say the one thing, like I was like kind of like surprised, like I was surprised like we didn't get to see, like I wanted them to go a little bit more in depth in Battletoads. Like I wanted some more
I think they literally just now starting to work on it. I think they were like, let's tease them, y'all.
let's just show the name and show Battletoads and
I
Yeah,
honestly
that's all
believe
they
that.
do,
I
really.
honestly believe that they were like, well, we ain't got nothing, but at least we can tease them.
because like we have like right now we have no idea like what it's really gonna be like, except that it's Battletoads. I hope it's just like the old school feel of it, like you think it's gonna be a side scroller?
Yeah, if they better make it a side. If it's like some whack,
3DS, no.
yeah, it gotta be. It's Battletoads. And
Yeah.
They even showed the car. They even showed the little scooter car. So yeah.
What do you think about Starlink Battle for with Fox McCloud? Again, yeah.
So you missed church, man.
You missed church, man.
OG gave a beautiful description of how hype he is.
About yep.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
Starlink and how
Yeah.
hype he is. And actually, Handy called it last year. I wasn't on the show back then, but
Yep.
Handy called last year that they should put Star Fox in it.
Yeah, and it was before the Switch was even out, so I couldn't even say they should do it for the Switch. I just said they just need to I just said they just need to link it up with Star Fox, and they did it. Hopefully, other people listen to me too. Maybe I have good ideas. Here's something we didn't talk about. And I know I'm either gonna get a shake my head from Bezoid or super hypeness from Bezoid. Okay. So, Division 2. Thought.
Go ahead, Andy.
I just don't understand it. It looks exactly the same, just in Washington, D.C. So, because the first one was awesome, not awesome, the second one that's going to look exactly the same is going to be even better. Like, I get it. Like, people were mad because of the trolling in the game. But they didn't go in saying, "Go, we're going to fix this. We're going to do this." They just went into the storyline, showed their little video, which looked cool. Don't get me wrong. It looked cool, but I'm skeptical because there was a lot of issues with Division 1. The only reason why I'm playing Division 1 right now is because it's free for me. That's it.
Be right back, guys.
All right. But thoughts, Bezoid?
Okay. One, don't take any Division footage that you saw as that's how the game is. That is not how the gameplay is.
All right.
The way they were talking and no game. The game doesn't play like that. I've played hours of Division and it never goes down like that. Or hey, can you shoot this thing that's got my legs locked? And then the bad guy is standing right there. The bad.
Oh.
But well, in any case, the game doesn't play like that. I am happy that they're bringing a year of free DLC. We'll see what type of DLC that is. They are bringing a year of free DLC to the game, but the thing is, I gotta see more actual real gameplay.
Yeah.
If it's still sponge enemies where you gotta shoot them for a long time because their health is ridiculous.
Right. It's not gonna be great. And if the dark zone, like, you should just eliminate the dark zone altogether.
They're not gonna get rid of PvP though. They're not gonna do that.
And you know me, I'm a PvP fan. Like, but
they're not gonna get rid of PvP.
I feel like it's just pointless in that game.
The thing about that game is they are on the right direction right now, right?
Right.
I'm just not hyped for Division 2 yet because
no, I'm not.
As the last couple of DLCs for the Division 1 has been okay. There's still some things I need them to do.
Right.
And, once they do that, then I'll maybe get more hype on the game. We will see.
Definitely.
I tell you something we haven't talked about.
What's that?
For Honor.
Ooh, I was thinking about that and then I forgot about it and then you just brought it up. Good.
We haven't talked about For Honor having a new faction and new stuff coming, but we have talked about that, Leonardo. We have talked about Dragon Quest XI and how I'm bittersweet with it right now. I'm happy for it, but I'm sad. That's a manga thing. And you have to go back and watch why I'm sad.
And please understand, we're not trying to be a jerk and not re-talk about it, but a lot of the time when we talk about it, our initial reaction and what we say is organic, so it's not like we can go back and discuss. Like, we're off the cuff. So it's hard for us to go back on the topics and retell somebody what we said earlier. So that's why you got to make sure you either be on time for the podcast or make sure to listen to the past episodes.
If somebody could, put them up so you can see.
Hey, I'm sorry, but hey, it's still on Twitch. Just saying.
But yeah, we did talk about that earlier. Mirage and me, OG, and Handy are all happy about it. I'm just a little bittersweet because of Hunter x Hunter and what that's gonna do when Togashi sees that there's another Dragon Quest coming. God dog it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did discuss that.
But you're
I'm
right.
glad you hyped for it though, because I do love Dragon Quest.
But you're right though. We did not talk about For Honor.
We haven't talked about For Honor at all though. And
go ahead.
I enjoyed somewhat. I won't say somewhat. I enjoyed a lot because I played with Taryn. For Honor 1, but it was like bittersweet because one, the connections sometimes was very, very bad.
Right.
And I thought that the story mode would be different than what it was. But overall, when we got into certain gameplay, me and him definitely have fun. My the thing I'm bittersweet is the way that you customize your character back then. You really couldn't customize it a lot. It was like minor customizations. We will see if that changes.
Right.
But they look good. They're really good with the new faction.
Yeah, I was excited for that too. The one thing I'm disappointed about is that they made it free for PC for a limited time and not for console. Not for PlayStation 4 or anything like that. Because I don't know the For Honor demographic, but I feel like you would have a bigger player base on console than you would PC. So I don't understand why they did that. But yeah, cuz had they got it free for PlayStation right now, I would download it right now. I'd be playing it. You know what I mean? But so I was a little salty about that.
We got Black Ops 3.
Yeah, but I already bought Black Ops 3 though. But I do think it's cool that they're adding the samurai thing to it. I always thought that samurai should have been from Jump Street, and I always wondered why it wasn't.
No, you can't say it like that because samurai itself is in there. It's just not the Chinese.
Yeah, the class I meant. You know, yeah. Well, I didn't want to say Chinese because I didn't want to anybody think I was racist or anything like that. But but yeah, so like that. I was just so it's cool that they actually brought it back or that it's cool that they're bringing that. It's also really cool that like Ubisoft. I will say this, Ubisoft is not letting games die. I think that's kind of cool, as far as even going to Rainbow Six Siege, even though I've only played like the beta, and like I haven't really dove into the game. It may not be our kind of game, but the fact that they're still like pumping out characters and DLC or whatever for the game is amazing, and the game has been out for what? 2 years, 3 years. The only one as president to be doing that, is GTA and Overwatch. So, I mean, I think that's pretty cool. But going back to For Honor, like, I don't know. I think that's cool. I don't know if it's going to, bring a lot more people to the game, but I think it's going to bring new life into the game.
Yeah, I hope so. I tell you, it's another game we ain't talk about, Dying Light 2. But before we get into that, it's one game we must talk about.
What's that?
You don't want to talk about it, but we got to.
What?
It's a game you said you don't want to talk about, but you have every.
Oh my god! I was gonna say we can go 1 week without talking about that game. Cause it's E3. Nope.
Because they did something at E3 too.
Oh my god! Okay, bring it
up.
If you don't
know that, we gotta talk about Fortnite.
We
gotta talk about a certain gun.
Oh my god, the AR.
Go ahead, because I would want to see. Have you got a chance to use it yet?
No,
I've seen you with it.
no, twice. I go to shoot the gun and it's slow. My thing is, go
I
ahead.
actually had a chance to shoot it.
Your thoughts?
Is what I thought it was gonna be. Just a gun. It's not breakable. Okay, what I did was I went in 50v50 and I got the gun and I stayed back to see would it be something that breaks the game. You can see everybody, so it's kind of like, oh snap, that's kind of cool.
Right.
But at the rate of fire that it shoots, it's not like, oh god, because when you get shot with the first one, it's like 37. If you get a headshot, it's about 60, 70.
Right.
So it's not like, oh snap, he's about to kill him in a couple of shots. No, they're gonna move as soon as you hit him like the first once or twice. So
Right.
it's not a broken thing. So go for it, have fun, use it. They took out the broken stuff, which I'm happy for.
Was
No
shopping
more
carts? No more
more shopping carts.
No more shopping carts.
I don't understand why I was there in the first place, but
I
yeah.
still think they're adding stuff too much.
You still think so?
I still think so. I think it's too quick. I don't know though. That's just me. Like I feel like we don't ever get a chance to get used to stuff. And then they're already changing stuff again. And it's not like they're just putting in the one gun and then they're leaving. They're changing everything. Like they change the way stuff looks. They're changing stuff that doesn't need to be changed. And that's just my thing. Again, my thing is, if you're gonna use why have both scoped ARs in the game? And just like why have 3-4 versions of a shotgun in the game? I don't know. It's just curious.
It's only two no, it's 3 versions. No,
it's 3 versions.
3 versions, yeah.
It's 3 versions. It's a lot. I don't know, and I don't know. Supposedly the crossbow was still in the game, and they finally took it out. I thought it was took out a long time ago.
I haven't seen the crossbow in
a minute.
Yeah.
So apparently that's what they took out for the thermal scope. Which okay. I don't know. I just feel like they changed too much. I feel like they should just add the update, put what they're gonna do, and then leave it alone. I don't understand all the other cosmic updates like the smoke, the all the other stuff that they added. Like I don't understand it. Like it's just like they just want it to. I get it at a point where they just want to keep it fresh, look new, look different. But at some point, like, let the game breathe. Like just let it breathe a little bit. I'm not saying that they shouldn't add updates, but I'm just saying let the game breathe a little bit. I don't know. That's just my thing. Your thoughts?
I don't know because like I said, I've said this once, said a million times. You can't just let it breathe because then they're gonna be sooner or later people are gonna start looking elsewhere. So they gotta keep their faces up there. And as much as I want people to look elsewhere on their own, people don't. Right. But that's just me. But I understand where you're coming from because you want the game to be, completely fleshed out and learned on its own.
Right, because my thing is like I feel like I never get a chance to really learn the game sometimes because always something's different. Like the doors opening up by themselves. Like again, it's cool, but like now and I didn't know that until like I was like walking by a house and then the door started opening up by itself. I'm like, what the flip? And then everybody's like, no, go to your settings. They just added it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. It's just a lot. It's just a lot, man. It's just a lot. OG, your thoughts?
I have no opinion about Fortnite. You know that.
Sure you do.
I have nothing to do with Fortnite. I have no opinion.
So I guess to tie in Fortnite with E3. Do you think the Switch will be crossplay with any other platform,
Nope.
or nope?
Maybe PC, but that's all. That's about it. That's about it.
Is that confirmed or is it just thought?
That's just thought. That's just thought. I
Okay.
don't foresee them
Okay.
going any further.
And with that said, why?
Why? Because they aren't crossplay now with each other besides with PC. Like, why would I expect any different from the Switch? Uh, it takes both halves to say let's crossplay,
Right.
and so far nobody said let's crossplay. So I don't expect that to change. I
Which
really
is
don't.
sad because one thing that I will say, and this is not really for the sake of Fortnite, I think this is just the sake for games in general. Anytime that you're able to do multiplayer online on any game that's on multiple devices, everyone should still be able to play with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's just plain and simple. I don't care if you have to bring extra employees to work your servers. It's not fair that people from one console can't play with a mobile device or play with other PC players or whatever. Because at the end of the day, not everybody's going to play on every system. Some people are specifically like Microsoft, some people specifically like Sony, some like Nintendo, some like mobile. Let everybody just play games together. Like, plain and simple. That's my
Yeah.
public service announcement for the day.
No, I agree because if you think about it, you would have more of a player base if you was just to let the fences go.
Yeah.
Man, you might make more money if you think about it because people would just be buying the systems that they want to buy rather than having to buy the system. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, the problem with your theory is that this is a way to force you to buy a specific system
Yep.
if you want to play with your friends. So that's why that's not really going to work.
Yeah, I know. But until that doesn't work, then that's why then the crossplay will never happen that way.
Yeah, I mean, for some games, I mean, the games that do it, like, I tip my hat to them because that's just how gaming should be in general. But unfortunately, um, you know, it just doesn't happen with all games, and it's a shame.
It is
really
a shame.
Especially when a game as popular as that is. I mean, I'm sure you're making tons of money. You can afford to put, manpower into running the server.
The funny
You
thing
really
is,
can.
is every platform is making money off this game, so it's not like nobody's losing anything. You know what I
I don't
mean?
know.
That's the thing. The thing
it's
is,
dumb.
Handy, what you gotta realize is what does that make companies do if you go cross-platform?
Lose
That's a
money.
question to you.
Lose money, I guess.
It makes them look and compare. And right now they don't need to because they gotta say, well, this game's over here, so I gotta get this. If you have to look and compare its systems, they don't want that because they might not win. I'm talking about all consoles, not just one.
Right. Yeah.
They might not be, on the up and up when it comes to versus mode. But if you got exclusives and stuff, that keeps people looking at your console.
Right.
So it's not gonna happen because that's a risk. That's a risk to say, and that's a risk. And then not only is that a risk, that will force them to actually have to work harder. And they ain't in the business of working hard. They're in the business of raking money as easy as possible.
Yeah. No, I agree.
While I definitely on both your sides, I want cross-platform because that's the way games should be. I know from a business platform, from a business perspective, why they're not doing it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, they might choose to go the other way because, it's better over there, or their friends are over there. That means we lose out on this potential guy.
Yeah.
So
no, I get it.
Fortnite's still making the bank though.
I get it. Yeah.
Tencent's still making the bank though.
Yeah. Tencent. Tencent
Damn.
got so much money. Tencent should just host E3. That's another thing. What? Wouldn't it have been interesting to see Tencent at in E3?
They're not. They're big. They're making money, but they're not that big. They're not that big yet.
That would be cool though. That would be cool though.
They only. I mean, Nah, they ain't famous that big like Bethesda, Capcom, Ubisoft, and them. Yes, they're making the smart decisions. Yes, they're making money, but give them a couple more IPs, and then they can do that.
Yeah.
They need more IPs before that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
and
coming out and
they're
spit,
focused more on other things too. Just gaming just happens to be one thing that they're good at, and they're mainly focused in China. They're just slowly branching off into the states as far as giving us some of their stuff. But
what they're gonna do? Come out and talk for 45 minutes about Fortnite? They need more IPs to show off.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
well, I mean, they did show off. I think it was Arena of Valor in one of the.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure which actual company did it, but I think it was like either Nintendo Switch or something. It showed off Arena of Valor as being one of like the games that they were highlighting too for like future platform. Not too sure which one it was. So that's a Tencent related thing, but that wasn't. But since it was the one that was bringing it, you know what I mean, as far as like show it off at E3. So I mean, they have a video game presence, but they're not really pushing hardcore for that. And again, they're mainly pushing in China.
Speaking of, presentations, PlayStation's live right now. They're demoing a VR game right now. I'm just looking.
That's cool.
Yep. And
Um,
so is Square Enix. Square Enix is
That's good too. I'll be definitely watching those soon after I go back and watch Capcom since I missed it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
But of course, I have to work on my internet because for some reason everything just went down.
Why? You're live. You're here.
Well, that's because I'm on 4G right now. Um,
Oh.
that's one of the reasons I had to leave a second ago, is because I crashed here and I went in the living room and I just found out that we crashed over there too. So I got to do a little bit of tech support here in a couple of minutes when we close.
Oh, well, definitely. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we can close now. I think we've pretty much talked about everything that we could talk about. Um,
Yeah. Like I said, overall E3 was a very good experience. I think they did a lot better this year than they did last year. And then shout outs to EA and Microsoft for showing us some of the charity stuff that they were doing as well. That wasn't a fail either. So I'm going to give credit where it's due. And I just think, all the companies for just coming out with good games, good content, and we appreciate you guys putting yourselves out there. So thank
definitely.
you, E3, for making a good year.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. And I think we're done. If Mr.
It
OMG
was
wants go,
before
go
OMG
ahead.
take us out. It was one question I wanted to ask OMG. Did he get a chance to look into? Because
What's
I
up?
didn't
Oh,
get a chance to. They was talking about I guess giving some content creators their justification on some of their artist work, and they were giving back money to some of the people they like. I guess took some of the.
oh yeah, I heard about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to know. Did you hear anything about that? Are they gonna get paid for that?
Uh, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really sure. I'll need to do more research on that.
Yeah, I do too. Because the initial thing was it was said that they were gonna give back money for all the artistry work that they did come up with that was given from fans, and I want to look into that. I want to know because if it is some shady stuff, I would like to be let it known that that's shady because they ain't giving their money because they deserve that. The fans came up with the artist work,
Right.
so I'm gonna look into that. Can you please look into that as well? Because I know you do great research, and
Yeah,
so
I'll definitely be looking into that, and we'll probably make that maybe a topic for next week for sure.
yeah,
Definitely,
please.
definitely, definitely.
Um,
Sounds like a plan.
but other than that, you can take us out there, OG.
Sit down.
All right, y'all. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for
Sit down.
listening and watching at the OG Podcast. That's right, the Pod Squad once again doing big things, talking about big events. This was the E3 special. I hope you guys got to learn some things. Hope you got entertained. Hope that you learned about new games that you're going to be hype about too. Feel free to play those games that they came out if they're out, and if they're not out, please be sure to pre-register. Get your copy. For those favorite games that they did display. We'll be back next week, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central, to bring up more new topics for you, just like we do every week. The Pod Squad will still be here, and the Kill Cam will be at Able Gamers tomorrow. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Be there to support him. We do appreciate everything
Playing
that he's been
Brawlhalla.
doing. Brawlhalla. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, which is a really good game. I actually endorsed that game. Very good game. And also, Beezlo will be making Twitch videos soon as well, so be on the lookout for him. I plan on doing some videos more than likely next week. Sorry I didn't make any videos this week. I was just more focused on E3, and that was very important because I take the podcast serious, and I wanted to make sure we had good content for this week. But next week I will be making some videos on YouTube. When whatever the games are, it'll be a mystery. We'll see what happens. But until next week, you guys keep gaming and have fun, y'all.